Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 check 1 2 check 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. It's me, Michael DiNicola. Welcome back. As always, I like to start the top of the stream by showing you guys what I sketched the last time I streamed, which was this lady here that is not popping up on my iPad for some reason. Let's try it. Let's try this again. And there we go. And now it's not showing up on OBS. Great job, OBS. Why would you work? There it is. You know, let me lower the camera. Let me lower the camera. Let me dim the lights. Alexa, desk lamp off. Will that work? No. No, that did not work. All right, I guess we're keeping all the lights on. Hello, whiteboardist. Welcome. Welcome. Here you guys are seeing some process, some kind of behind the scenes work. You know what? Comparing the two, I think that I lost something. Oh, this is an interesting problem. I think there was something lost. There was a dynamic element lost from how I had her in the sketch and how she turned out in the inks. Her body's much more stiff, a lot more rigid. The lines aren't as loose as I'd want them. Now let's see if I could remedy that. Let's see if I can't remedy that without having to ink the whole thing. And the program stopped working again. There it is. No, program just needed to catch up. Hello, whiteboardist. How are you, buddy? Hey, Tanko. What's up, baby? What's up, Tank? My day's been uneventful. There we go. Relatively uneventful. Hang on, let's get this out of here. Okay, now you can see that. Let me have a sip of my coffee. Yum yum. Probably gonna go Uber drive a little, so I'll be AFK. All right, buddy. Ooh, Uber driving, that sounds like it could be fun and dangerous. I had school. What'd you learn in school today? Anything good? All right. So let's see. Okay. All right. So we had a more dynamic pose earlier on in the sketch. Let me actually see that one more time. Yes, I would say her leaned back. I actually should take my own advice. Having the angles at more of a 45-degree angle approaching her was the smarter move. I don't know why I decided to make her more upright instead of leaning back more. It really changes the whole momentum of the piece. Yeah, that looks way better than that. All right. So just some angling. Some angling, and maybe I think I may have moved her torso some. Hello, Sahil. I don't know if I'm saying your name wrong. Apologies if I am. There we go. I think that's about where I had it before. Hello, KG. Yeah, that's about right. All right, now where are the inks? The inks are there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. In case you're just joining us, I discovered that in the process of making this cleaner and adding my inks to it, somehow along the way I kind of guffed up, and I made the character less dynamic in her pose. So I'm going to try to add some of that back, but without having to re-ink the entire thing, because that would be a headache for yours truly, and nobody wants that. So here I am. Not quite in the art classes yet. Right now it's industry stuff. Not really just the order of operations. That my cousin is crazy. Alright, good to know. Good to know your cousin is crazy. You know what I watched today? I watched the Thor trailer for Thor Love and Thunder, aka Thor 4. Right? Because you had Thor 1, which was forgettable. Thor 2, which wasn't just forgettable, it was just bad. Most people don't even remember that one. And then you had the renowned Thor Ragnarok, which I think is the best of the series. And that's the one in which Taika Waititi took he took a franchise that nobody gave two shits about and managed to right the ship. He took a helm. Now, some people complain that Thor movie is too jokey for them. And I think I understand where they're coming from in that, you know, Kenneth Branagh, he tried to take Thor and make him Shakespearean, because after all, he is a Norse god, and, you know, much like the Grecian gods of old, there might be something there. But it just didn't work out, man. Maybe because it's just the MCU. Or maybe the scripts were bad. I don't know. But it didn't work.
What's up, good sir?
Hello! I thought you were playing video games earlier.
Yeah, dude, I'm having a real bad ADD day, so I was just bouncing around between shit.
Were you streaming?
I streamed this morning into about 2:30 or so. Around 3.
Well,
I went for a good 4 hours today. Warzone,
right.
didn't win any. We suck.
So how do we channel that ADD into something productive, friend?
I've gotten some editing done today. I made a new track.
Yes.
I did some productive things, but I was trying to settle my mind to play some shit, and I ended up like booting up like 6 different things. I mean, like, fuck this to each one of them. Dude,
it takes me sometimes it takes me longer to sit down and get in the mood to do work. Not in the mood, but like to actually sit the fuck down and do something. It takes me more to get in that mindset to actually do the thing I need to do. Does that happen to
you? It depends on what the project is. Like, yours is art. For me, it's like,
it might be something else. It might be like a task I've got to do, an emails I've got to write, you know, taxes stuff, that kind of stuff.
Where like I'll be playing a game, and then I'll be like, fuck, I shouldn't be playing this game. I got shit to do, and then I'll just get four of those tasks done. Like, I'll edit 2 things, and I'll do this and this. Like today, I got the intro done for the Rescue Me review show.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna start posting episodes for that this week. Potentially 1 tonight. I'm usually late at night as well when I get a lot of shit done, because it's like the mind doesn't want to focus, and I can kind of somewhat force it to focus into those sorts of things.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm telling you, man. There have been times where I know I've got to get something done. Deadline's coming, and it's not art based, or it might be art adjacent. So like, I'm not drawing, but it's actually just me editing together video, or putting together sound effects.
So fucking time consuming.
Well, like, I will like fight with my brain. Like, I'll get up and I'll pace back and forth. I'll get something to drink. I'll go to the bathroom, be like, oh shit, man, do I need to take a shit? I don't know, let me sit in there. I'll sit in there for a little bit, listen to some music. I'll do fucking meditative exercises.
Anything but it.
Yeah, no, man. And it's basically me like having a mini freak out, knowing that I got to do this thing and like not being able to like make myself do the thing. It is a fucking nightmare. And
yeah, those what you're describing sure sounds like a panic attack induced by anxiety, my friend.
Well, it's not a panic attack because I'm not at no point am I ever anxious, you know, well, there's anxiety and there's anxiety, right?
Yeah. There's natural and then there's crazy, like I have.
Right, anxious with a capital A, right? Where it's like, you know, you feel that impending doom brewing. It's never gotten to that level. Anxious in the generalized kind of way, like, oh fuck, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. Not the.
I mean, anxiety is normal to a certain degree. Like you're supposed to have anxiety about certain things.
Yes, yeah. Luckily, it's never gotten to the point where I'm like I'm needing to like the meditative stuff is basically me to calm my brain down, to focus, not to calm my brain down because I've got like this like butterfly in my stomach, oh my god, my heart's racing kind of way.
See, I'll get like that. Like I'll know I'll have something to do, like a task or a project, and I'll procrastinate too long, and then I will get a anxiety-induced sort of panic attack that spikes everything to like the nth degree, and then my brain will just it's a kind of a weird because it will, right after I have the attack, my brain switches into you need to get work done mode, and I'm up for the next 3 hours doing my editing and shit like that.
Well, because the other thing is, you know, sometimes that adrenaline rush that you get from anxiety, it kind of lights a fire under you.
Oh yeah, there's a certain that you know isn't like, I guess it's a positive, but not really. There's a certain motivation you get from the feeling that everything's gonna collapse.
Yeah, I mean, listen, as a person who generally does some of his best work under near impossible deadlines, you know, I get it, but man, it's not good for the old. Probably not good
living
for
on the edge, huh?
Yeah, right.
It's the new world living on the edge. In the 80s, they were doing blow and destroying hotel rooms like rock stars, and now in the 2020s, we're just anxiety to actually get work done.
Living on the edge. Hey, KG.
I often wonder, like, do rich people have these same concerns, or is it just because they don't have to worry about bills?
I don't know. That's a damn good question.
Like, if you don't have to, because, like, let's be honest, money for anybody who isn't super rich is the biggest reason for anxiety, even for the rich, because then it's how do I protect my money?
Sure. Yeah.
But, like, for those, like, you know, the concept of, like, if you're born into a rich family and you've never really felt the struggle, like, I, as somebody who is not in that circumstance, could never think of what that's like in life. But the question is, can they think of what it's like to be like, fuck, I'm negative $33.
Right. I'm going to get hit with some overdraft fees now. Fuck.
Yeah, they're worried about interest rates on their fucking taxes and shit. That's their financial concern. I've got so much money that I'm going to have to pay so much in taxes. My concern is, like, I've got so little money and the bank is going to fuck me even more with $32 per candy bar.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I had two weird thoughts. I had that thought, and then late last night I had the thought, if you die in your sleep, do you know you're dead, or are you just asleep? Is it just sleep? And that's it. Nothing.
Sleep and then empty. I guess that's probably sleep to that, but like that's the best way to go, man, I think. Just go to sleep and never wake up.
That's what I'm saying, like it's got to be the best way to go, but in the same token, like, is there a moment when the shutdown begins where the body kind of alerts, like almost like when the circuit breaker's unstable and you hit that light and it shorts everything out? Is there a moment of like, wait, I'm dying, and then dead, or is it just sweet dreams forever?
Man, you're asking the impossible. You're literally asking the most impossible question humanity has asked itself
psychic to find this
since it fucking started questioning its own existence.
Yeah, I don't know. I was in a real dark mood last night, and that question's been bothering me all day. I don't know why.
I know, man. As I get older, that question becomes more and more pertinent in my brain. Because I remember when I was younger, that thought never even, it didn't even break top 20 average thoughts.
I mean, there's a lot of those thoughts. Like, when you're a kid, you play in the streets, and you fucking, if you were a city kid, you rode the bus like that was the bus. That's how we got around. And nowadays, like, as an adult, you're sitting on a bus, and it's like, if that 18-wheeler would have hit my side dead on, would I die? I don't know, man.
Here, Yoji's got an article for you.
up.
Brain scan suggests life flashes before your eyes upon death.
Oh. Dude, that's the thing. I'm like,
So
here's the thing,
your brain just goes supercharged.
if it does happen, do you just perceive it as a dream and then lights out, or do you wake up and perceive it? Like, I don't know.
Don't know, friend. Don't know.
Let's call one of those TV psychics. They know everything.
I like the Harry Potter vibes with this one. There is Harry Potter vibes with this one. She's meant to be of House Slytherin, baby.
Oh my, that's a bad house, Michael.
I know. Listen, that house is unfairly judged. As you recall in the final Harry Potter film, when they're
most badass character in the entire franchise.
When they are rounding up the houses to help defend the castle from Team Voldemort, who she'll be storming anytime soon, Slytherin's like, yo, let's just fucking kill Harry Potter. Right? There's no, like, one kid's like, hey, this will all be over if we just kill this kid, right?
Hey, can we just fucking spell him to death?
Yeah.
I'm tired over here.
And then Professor McGonagall's like, throw them in the dungeons. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, the whole fucking lot of them, dude. Like, there's got to be at least, they're all bad. Like, what if there's a person who's like, hey, I'll protect Harry Potter in my life? Like, what? There's like all of them. I'm like, that's just rude.
Dude, even what's his face kind of comes around a little bit in the end. Like, he's Draco. Like, he clearly doesn't want to be part of what's going on at the end. Like, he's like, oh man, this is real evil.
At the end there, you realize, holy shit, Draco's just an unfortunate product of his environment, man. He's a victim of circumstance. Like, he just happened to be born. Of circumstance. He just happened to be born to these absolute awful asshole dickheads.
Yeah. Well, even his father, as you see him degrade through the movies from the dark magic corrupting him, you can even see in his eyes, like, the mother's probably got it the worst because she just wants her fucking family to be safe.
Right.
Like, that's even shown at the end when they bail and you never see him again.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you can even see in the father as the movies progress where it's like,
he's over.
Every movie he's less and less into this evil and more just afraid of it, and it's blind loyalty now. By the way, you're right about Slytherin, because the leader of Slytherin, Snape, is the single most badass character in the entire movie.
Yes.
And his spoiler alert, his death is horseshit.
Dude, true hero. There's fanfic of them saying that Snape just dying of like blood loss and like poisoning by a snake. He's literally the master of potions. Like, he's literally of all the fucking teachers who would probably never
have a spelling
die.
real quick.
Of all the teachers, right? You had to line them up. Which ones would most likely die from a snake bite? The one who's got the mastery of potions, probably up there. Maybe the botanist one too. Probably has some remedy. But for the most part,
yeah. But if she doesn't have her like greenhouse though, she might be, unless she's got some like leaves in her pocket.
You tell me this motherfucker doesn't have the potion for this shit? Like he knows he's been double agenting against Voldemort. Voldemort who has perpetually have a fucking snake by his side. He didn't see that coming.
I mean that, but like Voldemort really is like, he's not the bad guy, but he's the one that forces Snape to basically fucking play the other side. He's like, hey man, Harry Potter's born now. Like, he's gonna get stronger. You're gonna have to act like you're part of the dark side. And he's like, really, dude? And Dumbledore's like, yeah, bro, we need you. And then so he goes through that whole thing, and then he's like, all right. And then here's midway, and he's like, hey Snape. Snape's like, what's up, dude? He's like, you're gonna have to fucking kill me, I think.
Yeah. Oh no. But even
he's like, the fuck.
Before he's like, yo, Snape. First off, you got to kill me, and also, after he's like, yo, you got to go dark, you got to go undercover.
Yeah, be mysterious, act like you
Right.
hate Potter. Like, you
But
gotta
then
be a
after
bad
that,
guy, dude.
he's like, hey, oh yeah, by the way, this kid who reminds you of the only woman you love. Oh, he's just
Yeah, the
he's
simp.
he's cattle. Like he's
Yeah,
dead. He's dead man walking.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like
At some point, you're gonna have to kill him too, because he's
yeah.
gonna get really fucking powerful.
Yeah, no, we're gonna need him to die because he's a Horcrux. So
He's part of big bad guy we don't talk about, so he's got to go too. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And Snape's like, oh, all right.
I think doesn't Snape say something like, "Oh, so we're just raising him for slaughter"?
Yeah, and that's the thing is Snape, like, really in the end is the only one that actually gave a shit about Harry Potter's life. Like,
Right.
I feel like if it were up to Snape, they would have done whatever they could have to change the identity, and he'd been in the human world, never seen again. Because that's the safest.
It is the fucking
like,
safest.
Like, realistically,
Yeah.
being a normal Humie, like, if you could do some sort of, like, memory, you've lived with this nice family your whole life, this is your memory, that would have been the most ideal for Harry Potter. But and then,
Yeah, Harry Potter should have moved to Winnipeg, and then nobody would have fucking known anything.
he made friends with Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, the end. And then he's got
Yeah,
a
like,
funny
that's
accent.
the thing is, like, Dumbledore really is kind of a piece of shit. And then even in the
piece
last
of shit, dude.
like the last movie, they meet up in the train station, right? And he's basically like, Harry's like, hey, can I have one answer from you? And he's like, nah.
He's like, can you?
Every fucking movie, Harry's just like, can you please just talk to me? And like, there's literally a whole movie where Dumbledore avoids him because he thinks he's gonna make him safe. Like, and then he just like cold shoulders him.
Yeah, no.
And it's like, and the whole time Harry Potter's like, can you just please, can someone love me? My supposed family is pieces of shit. You old wizard fuck. I can't tell what side you're on. Like,
right.
And here Snape is like, I actually do kind of love the kid. I feel bad for what we're doing to him. And then
to
Harry Potter's face, he's basically got to be like, shut up, cunt. Like, that's every interaction. Yeah, every interaction is like, go fuck yourself, Potter, essentially.
Right. Yeah, no. What a nightmare.
And Harry Potter's just like, dude, what did I do? I was just born. Like, what the fuck?
This is what I get for being born. Harry Potter should be a lot more emo than he is. There should have been a lot more Nirvana.
Should have a pop punk band.
Well, because
I got a scar on my eye.
You just see him fucking skying, fucking down the fucking hallways of Hogwarts. You see him fucking doing that thing with the fucking kick.
Of my mom and dad.
You hear fucking Well, that's the thing. It's very easily to forget that Harry Potter, that whole movie takes place in the 90s. What's up, noobs? It takes place in the 90s. I think he defeats Voldemort in 97. So I'm like, that is perfect grunge
I will say the movies
rock.
don't establish that timeline though in the movies. They keep it whatever present day is to not date it.
No, listen, I get it. They got a... But, like, do we ever see one?
If Harry Potter if Chris Cornell was his guitarist.
Harry Potter, Chris Cornell. Ridiculous.
Spellman. It's like, what? No. That song's about heroin.
Chris Cornell died of an heroin overdose, right?
I believe it was suicide.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a weird conspiracy about him and Chester Bennington from Linkin Park, because apparently they were both active in work with trying to save children from trafficking and pedophilia and things like that.
Oh boy.
So there was that whole conspiracy of like, yeah, these two guys sure killed themselves and they just happened to be looking into these things.
Oh, the old Epstein dilemma.
Well, yeah, I don't. The whole Epstein thing is it's an anomaly inside of an enigma.
Right. We'll never know how he managed to.
I'm gonna assume like
deactivate the cameras.
It's gonna be like the movies where the two people who do know, they're like in their garden when they're 65 and retired, and some dude with gloves in the background comes and just snuffs them. Tragically died gardening today. Senator blah 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 blah. For retired former senator blah 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 blah.
I knew this day would come.
They told me someone that fit your description when it's like Back to the Future. Yeah. He told me a crazy-eyed sight. Oh, by the way, you want to talk about fan fiction. You want to know my idea for a Doc Brown origin story?
Please.
Check this out. You start off as a kid. You just have him discover reading and Jules Verne when he gets of age and that and everything. But then, what happens? Drafted into World War fucking II. So he's already into science. We have, yep, exactly. We have a whole World War II scene. That's why people don't talk about it, but Doc Brown's kind of a nerdy badass. Like, even in the third one, he's got a fucking sniper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, you have him and his unit come across some occult shit, some Nazi science shit, right?
Dude,
And then
I mean, Hitler was actually into that shit, so it worked.
Exactly. So he comes across it, and unbeknownst to him, a lot of the ideas he's like, think about it. One of the first ideas you see him try on Marty is the mind reading.
Right.
So, like, you have it be to where he was already into science. He was already reading Jules Verne at this point, because if he's 19, I think that's when he says in the movie he first did it. But then he goes in, he sees the Nazi science, and then that goes. But here's the thing. The whole movie you don't say it's Doc Brown. It's not like this is a Doc Brown origin story. And then at the end of the movie, you have him go back home. Like, it's 55 when he meets Marty. He's out of the war by 45, home by late 45, early 46. He comes home to his family's mansion. His parents died when he was away. And he's now got everything to himself. And then you show the scene, like you show the property as the end of the movie. And then you have him walk from the mansion to his
barn there. His little like
barn work area. And everybody at that point knows what it is. And then you just leave it at that. You have him close the door or leave it at that. Or if you want, you can show a little bit of him being a scientist, maybe a lot of his failed experiments that you don't see, but you know he had. And then the last scene you see is he looks like Doc at this point, because, I mean, for one thing, why does he have such white hair in 55? Yeah. Some science experiment must have caused that, right?
Well, how old is he supposed to be in 55? Do you know?
Well, see, that's the thing, is I don't know. He looks to be about 40, 45 years old.
He looks the same in 55 as he does in 85.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. They use so much aging makeup that's why they came up with the whole rejuvenation clinic thing in the second one, because Christopher Lloyd didn't want to sit in 3 hours of makeup to look older. So that's why they did that as a fucking cutout of it. But I mean, he was 38 years old in 91 when Back to the Future 3 released.
Oh, wow. Wow, just 38. No shit, dude.
Well, here's the thing. The movie that came out after that literally was Suburban Commando. And look how different he looks. It released the same year as Back to the Future 3. And look at the difference. I mean, he looks younger than he does. I mean, even the white hair is the problem. Like, who the fuck has that? What is white-haired Sideshow Bob if he's not 65?
Yoji, you talking about Epstein?
Oh boy, I wasn't reading. Footage of computers ever removed from his property.
The head of L Brands. Is that the guy from Victoria's Secret that just gave Epstein like $150 million mansion? Something ridiculous like that?
I will argue Nazi science has been overdone, but not in good movies.
But also, I would argue that not recently. And I think Nazi science we've seen done.
Hellboy.
My mind went right to Hellboy. My mind went right to Nazis. My mind went right to Indiana Jones. But even so, Hellboy is what, 20 years ago almost? Like, what's something recent? There's a whole generation of kids that haven't been exposed to enough Nazi science.
Well, we need to expose them. Well, you see, you've had a lot of B movies. You've had there's literally a movie, there's Dead Snow 2, which is a Nazi zombies.
I guess the MCU touches on it a little bit.
Well, Winter Soldier kind of has to.
Yeah, like Winter Soldier and...
Red Skull.
Yeah, Red Skull, but not Baron Zemo, but what's that creepy looking dude who shows up in the villain?
Oh, the short guy, right?
The short guy.
Like pudgy, like jelly bean looking dude.
Yeah, he looks like a mutated jelly bean, and he played
Poor guy, there's no makeup. This is what he looks like.
Yeah, he just looks freakish. But I bet that guy's got to be nice, right? Like, he's got to be a sweetheart of a dude. They keep...
I feel like he'd offer you in his house for some tea.
Armin Zola, yes. So, like, that's, like, the most Nazi science I feel like I could think of in modern, like, you know, within the last 20 years cinema. If you don't count Hellboy.
Well, also, if you're not counting B-level independent movies.
No, I'm talking about mainstream. You know.
Yeah, then there isn't, no. Actually, well, there was that... Okay, so the only movie... Other than that, is Overlord, which was directly about Nazi science, but it was a good movie.
I don't know Overlord. What's that about?
Overlord it's got Snake Plissken, Kurt Russell's kid in it, Wyatt Russell.
Wyatt Russell.
Basically, Yeah, I like Wyatt Russell. My favorite episode of Black Mirror is his.
Is Wyatt Russell? Shit, I always get these confused. Is Wyatt Russell the dude in the MCU who's No.
No, he's not in the MCU.
No, is he in The Boys? Is that the guy? No. No. That's not.
No. Wyatt Russell. Have you ever watched 21 and 22 Jump Street with Channing Tatum?
Yeah.
He is the guy that Channing Tatum befriends in the second one. That's like besties with the football player. He's actually been in a lot of good shit, but that's the most.
Oh no, he is in the MCU. Yeah, no, I was thinking of the right guy. He's in the Falcon and Winter Soldier. He's agent. He's like U.S. agent.
I have not watched that TV show.
Yeah, he fucking beheads a dude with the Captain America shield.
All right, so the fact that he's in it kind of makes me want to watch it. Is that stupid? I like him.
He's. I would say. Unfortunately, Captain America and the Winter Soldier, it's or the Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's probably Marvel's weakest TV show. Wyatt Russell is excellent in it. I might even argue that Wyatt Russell steals the show from the rest of the characters. And like I said,
I would like to see him as like a Captain America replacement.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. U.S. agent he's not an evil version of Captain America, but he is a kind of
Peacemaker meets Captain America.
He's lawful neutral. That, achieve justice and uphold freedom by whatever. No matter how many women and children you need to kill to get there, it's that kind of jam.
Oh, so he would definitely prosecute if you downloaded from Napster.
Well, like I said, dude, there's a scene, and I'm sorry I spoiled it for you. He literally takes Captain America's shield and beheads a dude on television, or he gets caught on camera doing it.
No, I don't mind, man. Spoil away. I really don't mind spoilers.
What's
like,
up,
if it's fun, it's fun. Like, you could tell me the ending of Doctor Strange 2 right now, and I'd still enjoy it when I watched.
Man, I am excited for that movie.
Dude, Sam Raimi, first Marvel horror movie. They're going to show so many dimensions, potentially including Marvel zombies, or at least a node to it. I'm starting to wonder and assume that those rumors of like Tom Cruise, Tony Stark and shit are going to be true.
They might be true,
Which, if they are, fucking A, bro. The X-Men are supposed to appear, and they're saying vintage. You already have Patrick Stewart's voice. I did read that Hugh Jackman was filming some shit. Oh, did you see the Thor 4 trailer?
I did. I don't
know how I feel about it.
It seems okay. It's like there are some people who are really the fucking internet, man. There are some people who like this sucks. Welcome to the MCU. Blah 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 blah. Too many jokes. Can't stand Taika Waititi. So there's a lot of people who hated it.
I do like Taika Waititi quite a bit. Most things he does, actually. I don't know why people don't like. I mean, he's a funny motherfucker.
I love Ragnarok as well. It's my favorite of the Thor movies.
Yeah, agreed. What We Do in the Shadows, the TV show, and the movie,
excellent,
brilliant. Well, the nice thing is, the original three guys wrote the first 2 seasons of What We Do in Shadows entirely.
Oh, amazing. I've been a fan of Jermaine Clement ever since Flight of
the Conchords.
Brit, where an eye patch, Brit.
Oh, that's Reese Darby. That was the first time I saw Reese Darby's brilliant too. He's another fucking great dude.
Hey, Brett. Oh, we've got a gig. We've got a gig. I got you a gig.
Dude, I love that show, man. Especially because they would film in the area where I was hanging out around the same time when I was in my 20s.
Really?
So I loved it.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. And they're both incredible musicians too. They're good musicians.
Those songs are fucking bangers, man. So anyway, I love Taika Waititi, but the blowback from the trailer, man, there's been a lot of people who I think they're just looking for any excuse to hate the MCU. The alternative to that is there are people who are just MCU fucking diehards, and they're just anything that Marvel comes out with, it's applause, it's clapping. Yeah. Marvel can do no wrong. Oh my god,
20 years has come to this. I have Queen.
Oh yes, Queen. Oh, she's got.
God, Natalie Portman should have been Thor in the first one.
Right. And then also people shitting on Chris Pratt too, calling him a homophobe. because there's that throwaway line there, which made me laugh. The one where yeah.
So, all right, I read about this, and literally then I saw articles from Query, which is a real website.
Oh boy.
That was writing about how he wants to hide today because the trailer came out, and the church he belongs to is anti this, and like literally it's okay. So if they're gonna go against him in person for acting by a written script, then
right.
I guess everybody who's ever played a racist in any role ever
yes.
needs to be called out
needs
too.
To be
then right.
Flogged.
Nick Nolte needs to be flogged in the streets because you ever seen 48 Hours?
No, does he use the F slur?
Oh no, he uses F and the hard R. It was made in '79.
Oh boy.
It was a buddy cop, a great movie. But so that means if we're gonna hold the character to the person in real life standard, then every person that has ever played a bad person / villain needs to be condemned immediately.
That's right.
Like literally, we condemn a Chris Pratt because his character has a part in a movie, but we support Will Smith for assaulting a man on camera.
Now, people, I'm telling you, man, people hate Chris Pratt, and
you know what? His religious thing is give or take. It's like
listen,
I do you boo, but I don't give a shit.
Is it cringy? A little bit. It's a little weird that he.
But once again, it's also. It's hard to hate somebody who's like, I love God and my family. Have a great day, everybody.
Right. Again, like I said, it's cringe for me. I wouldn't do it, but he's not hurting anyone.
Like I'm not. Even if I were religious, I'm not the type to be like, I love life, everybody.
Right. Like at the end of the day, it's what you said. It's whatever. Listen, we all have met people like that in real life who are, they're Jesus freaks. Or even worse, they weren't, and then at some point they became born again because they found Jesus. I don't know where the fuck they found him. Maybe next to their car keys in between the couch cushions. But regardless, he's all in their life now, and they can't wait the fuck to tell you about it.
I found Jesus. He was in my sock drawer.
Right now, okay, Chris Pratt's doing that thing, but again, I read about some of the allegations against his church. Apparently, back in the day, they were a little. Not a fan of
pre 2007. Nobody is for gay marriage. Let's be fucking real,
dude. Come on, man. Every politician under the sun pre 2012. I think 2012.
Before Obama. Before Obama ran for presidency, Hillary until she ran for until Obama got in power. Like they're all fucking liars. They're just playing the field to see which one gets the most votes.
So as far as I know, currently the church that Chris Pratt is a part of isn't doing any of that stuff. But they're just looking for a reason to hate him because he said, I love God and I love my wife and kids. And that's literally all it took. And then they start like, he loves Trump. He's a Republican.
Yeah, well, I would assume Chris Pratt pays people to keep track of what organizations he's connected to are doing behind the scenes and shit.
Sure.
To make sure there isn't if he's smart, at least he's got publicists and shit watching what publicly comes out about the churches he belongs to.
And you know
if it's, you know what I mean? Because in that case, then you can disassociate. If he's smart.
Well, here's the other thing. Listen, man. He might be. He may very well be Republican. I said it. He may very well be.
Oh my God. My God.
He might. Listen, he loves God. He loves his family.
There's a demon in the house.
There's a healthy amount of Christians, not all, but there's a healthy amount of them who they happen to lean right. Tradition. It's the party that mostly pursues traditional family values, and that tends to go hand in hand with Christianity. Right. So many of them end up over there. But at the end of the day, who gives a shit? What does it matter if the guy who plays Star-Lord have votes as a way that you don't like?
Well, not only that, but we're okay, so we're supposed to be all-inclusive, everybody gets a say, everybody's equal treated, then why are we treating somebody who doesn't believe the same you believe with such anger?
Exactly.
If it's all equal, then why is the hate one-sided direct? Because I guarantee you, if Chris Pratt didn't say anything about religion, they literally attacked him for being happy that he had a healthy baby and he loved a woman.
Yeah, he loves his wife and he's happy his kid's healthy.
he attacks ex-wife and other child
Right?
because there was
That's-
complications during its birth, and it's like
That's
you
such a
read his
fucking
post and
stretch.
it's like the
it's got
post
nothing
is
to do with
literally
that.
like, I'm so grateful for having a healthy newborn baby and the love of my life. Like nowhere anywhere does it say anything about his ex. It's just he's happy, and it's like, this guy can't be happy because we're miserable.
Yeah. Did this motherfucker just say he's happy? It's the literal it's the literal meme of the guy on Twitter who's like, only on Twitter could you say I love apples, and then immediately somebody will say, oh, so you're saying you hate oranges.
No.
They will imply just the most ridiculous things just to have a straw man.
What's
just
wrong
to
with
yell,
pears?
right?
You got a problem with pears? Why don't you like pears?
Bigot.
I didn't say that. I
You-
just like it. Well, how come
bigot.
you prefer something?
Yeah.
Xenophobe. You know, like, and then the phobes, and like, but that's the thing. Like, you don't, and also, it's the same problem the right wing has that I like. The right wing claims they don't cancel, and they cancel just like the left, but they cancel more in reaction to the left rather than the left cancels in like, we don't like this, get it the fuck out of here. So then the right is like, oh, you slipped up, cancel, cancel, cancel. And they both have the same problem of like, oh, you don't think like us? Well, that's your problem.
Yeah. Yeah. It really.
And
yeah.
it's the right has the problem of like, because Chris Pratt is a devoted religious person and a family man, he's a god now. It's, oh, that's the, you said something bad about Chris Pratt, let's fight. Like, it's a weird, I don't know, there's way too much devotion to Hollywood by people in general.
Yeah, that's an excellent point too. Who gives a shit, dude? Because at the end of the day, these are, as we saw at the Oscars, man. These people are weirdos.
They don't
man.
live in the same world we do.
No.
In any way, shape. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe Chris Pratt does kind of live in the real world a little bit, and he's Hollywood only when he's getting paid for it.
I would say that. However, he married a Kennedy. He's Arnold Schwarzenegger's stepson.
Man. Son-in-law.
Son-in-law. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, the Jesus freak thing is just as wacky. It's just a different kind of wacky.
As Schwarzenegger's gotten older, I find his hypocrisy more and more annoying. Like, as a kid, Terminator 2 is still my favorite movie of all time. I was a diehard Schwarzenegger fan. And then as an adult, like, you grow up and he's driving the old Hummer, the original Hummer. He was the first private citizen to ever be able to buy a Hummer. It got 3 miles to the gallon, just garbage. And now he's like, yeah, we need to go electric, and you're very selfish. And it's just like,
Shut the fuck up, old man.
shut the, you fucking old German womanizing hypocrite. Shut the fuck up.
Austrian, how dare you?
I've gone into extensive, unfortunate impressions of him coupling with the maid to have his illegitimate
Love
child
that.
on the podcast.
Yeah, I love it, dude. just giving it to fucking
Well, it's
Rosalita.
like I imagine it was just like him and Maria, like, because Maria Shriver really looked like a shrewd woman.
She looked like the fucking crypt keeper, man.
She looked like the type of woman that, like, you'd walk by her and get freezer burn.
Yeah, dude, there's no way she was giving BJs. No way.
No way she was, like, they probably did it a few times to procreate. Like, it doesn't seem like, especially as he got older, and it was like, well, we're high profile, but that's, like, you'd imagine he was just in his office that night, and, like, the maid's like, do you need anything else? And he's like, no, well, kind of.
Hand job.
And they, like, and the motherfucker knows Spanish. So, he's like, hola, how are you tonight? Like, doing fucking, like, doing a little, because dude literally was a fucking womanizer. Like, in the 80s, that guy,
Yeah, sure.
like, he was married. Like,
Well,
look at
dude,
his famous quote of, I'm constantly coming. In the gym, I am coming. When I am at home, I am coming. When I am here, I am coming.
God, no, it's fucking, the guy was a legend.
Yeah,
A
like,
fucking
that's the thing,
legend.
is, like, he was a total poon hound. So for him to, like, it was probably like he was pent up. Maria and him had a fight. He's, like, just angry in his house. Goddamn Maria, fucking tell me. It's my kids, too. And then the maid comes by and he's like, hey, Consuela, come here. And he's fucking starts speaking to her in Spanish. And then, like, you can't hide it. The kid looks just fucking like him.
Dude.
Which I will give, and I did give Schwarzenegger credit, because we did a whole Schwarzenegger month.
Of him just banging the maid?
Yeah, just constantly. Oh, you like that? Yes, I was Mr. Olympian 3 years in a row, or whatever it was.
You ever see Pumping Iron? Terminator? No? Oh, yeah, that's
He's saying
good.
that while he's inside her. There's fucking T2's playing on in the background.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I bang you.
He's not even saying anything but names of his movies.
Commando, Total Recall, Running Man, Junior, Twins. Twins. I did
Yeah.
it twice, get it?
He says twins right as he busts his nuts.
Right? Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
thinking of Danny DeVito.
Here comes the 6th day.
It's like, what is
Kindergarten
wrong
Cop.
with you? Oh, I think that you would maybe not want to shout that one.
Rubber baby Baba Bonkers.
It's because everyone is so... Don't forget Last Action Hero.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget Jingle
I
All
love
the
that
Way,
fu-
dude. He's
I
about
love-
to jingle
oh,
his
jingle
nuts
me.
all over Consuela's face.
Oh, and then, but you got to give the guy credit. He stayed, like, he didn't, like, he could have just been like, yeah, here's money, move away. But he didn't. He's in every fucking holiday card with the kid. Everything you read about it says he was a father to the kid, like, and people were mad that it never came out. They were kind of like, how dare you keep this secret, you piece of shit? And it's just like, I mean, I don't know how they did it for whatever, 16 years, I think, before it came out.
That's
The
wild.
kid was in his teens.
you
Like,
think-
they did.
Do you think Arnold prefers him to his other kids? The maid son?
I don't know. I'm not a father, but I'd imagine he loves them all. I think part of the reason why, like, because I've read his biography. Growing up, his dad was like a drinker, and he was pretty rough.
Oh, I believe
so,
that
like,
shit.
I think, well, Schwarzenegger was in the military until he got AWOL for going to bodybuilding competitions. He was a tank gunner. He was a tank gunner.
What a fucking story, man. I mean, that guy's life is literally the fucking American dream.
Well, see, that's what basically happened. So he was in the military. He was the tank gunner, and he started like seeing the bodybuilding magazines and everything, and started getting into it. And his genetics were, I mean, he's another one like The Rock, where at 15 he's got the body of a 25-year-old. Like, that was one of the things about him. So he got more and more into it, and then it was basically like, at that time it was like, you either need to move to LA where Gold's Gym is, or you're never gonna make it. And then as soon as he got there, he was just like, yeah, LA, I'm gonna do women. And he basically just worked. Literally, all of the bodybuilders worked construction together during the day. Then they worked out at the gym and everything, and then they competed and everything. Like him and Colombo and Ferrigno, they were all a real tight group of dudes.
That's awesome.
I was really into the bodybuilding shit. Like, oh, Schwarzenegger knows like 5. I mean, Stallone too. Stallone knows like 5 languages and shit. They're smart guys.
Well, dude,
that's how they were successful.
Stallone fucking wrote Rocky, the Academy Award-winning film Rocky. It's easy to, listen, you hear his voice, you see the stupid movies, you think, oh, this guy's retarded.
Hey, man, you don't talk shit about Tango and Cash, brother.
But, no, you forget that. He wrote that, and one of the reasons why there was barely no budget is because a Hollywood studio was willing to spend a lot of money on the script. But the reason why he didn't make it with whatever big blockbuster studio was going to have it made with all this money is because they didn't want him in it. They didn't want him to have anything to do with it
at that
besides a writer.
time, I mean, he was
a no-name, but he knew this character. He knew the character through and through, and he wanted to do it justice. So he held out, even though he was poor. He couldn't keep the lights on.
He was doing porno and
He
death
was doing
race.
porno. Like, he literally was broke as fuck, but he had the integrity, the tenacity to turn down God knows how much money at the time. Any amount of money at the time, I'm sure, would have been well more than enough. But he had principles. He was like, no, this I need to see this through as the character, and he wouldn't budge. I don't know, man.
Can you imagine Rocky without him? Like, who else could have been Rocky?
Yeah, no, man. It works, dude. It holds up, dude. Not just as like a Rocky movie, because now you think, oh, Rocky movies, but just as a piece of cinema, man. It's still
Even that
fucking
one
awesome.
that he did, that Balboa, was a great movie. It's a great drama.
Mm-hmm.
So did you? I haven't watched it, but they do have. He went back in the Rocky 4, I think, with Dolph Lundgren and the Russian invasion with the robots and shit in it. It was a weird one.
Yeah.
He went back and re-edited it and, like, I guess cut out the robot silliness and retooled the movie, and they released it. I haven't watched it though.
I'd watch that.
You know, a movie I found was on the Voodoo's Dis to Digital list and got giddy with excitement. You can't buy this movie. Like, it's not available for digital. The movie Payback with Mel Gibson.
Dude,
You
Payback.
can't buy it.
Is that the
Cannot,
one?
but
Is that the one where he gets left for dead?
yes.
Oh, that is a fucking legendary goddamn
So
movie, dude.
here's
I love
the
that,
problem
I love that
with
big
it,
honk
right?
nosed fucking Irish Mick looking pink
Oh,
face
dude, and he's
blonde headed dickhead.
He's in like that
Fucking-
weird sort of like he's not ripped, but he's thick, muscular. He's like a
Yeah.
mobster.
Yeah, no.
And like the movie itself,
He plays
so
such
they,
a great scumbag, that guy.
well, he's kind of like the anti-hero. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
a piece of shit, but everybody else, it's like this one's more of a piece of shit. You know, that sort of
Right.
story. And so in 2013 they released a director's cut that removed all of the one-liners, removed all of the funny, and just made it a boring fucking drama, basically.
Oh,
And that's the only movie. Yeah, the director's cut is horrible. Kabong's got it. It's fucking terrible. But go to Vudu if you have a Vudu account. Look up, literally Google Payback UPC. Then you go to the Vudu app on your phone, log in, go to the disc to digital section, scan the UPC. If you find a Blu-ray UPC, it's a $2 up convert for full HD, which the quality is whatever. If it's a DVD UPC, it's $5. That's the only way you can get that movie. Even the director's cut is hard to find. You can
Wow.
find I found it. I got it on my Vudu the other day. I was very excited. And it was only $2 to upgrade it.
what a great fucking movie.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to watch it. Like, I haven't seen the movie in a while because you like can't.
Sure.
Another movie I bought of his that I got for cheap, Ransom. I haven't seen that movie in years. You can't buy it
Dude.
digitally.
Another
so I
one, man.
ordered the
A
Blu-ray.
fucking Another Mel Gibson classic, dude.
Dude, that movie's a fucking just a solid movie all in all. It's got Liev Schreiber in it, like Gary Sinise. Come on,
Somebody takes his daughter, right? If I remember correctly.
it's his son.
It's
They
his
kidnap,
son,
and he's a rich dude. They take his son, but it gets, for one thing, the ending is crazy violent. Like, it's a whole shootout / fist fight. It's just chaos. But the movie itself's a good drama.
God, I used to love movies like they stopped making movies like that. I'm not just talking about like specific like obviously they still make action movies, but I'm just talking about that the way cinema is done now. It's you basically movies have completely polarized into one of two categories. Either it's a giant tent pole, huge studio, mega millions blockbuster, or it's an indie film that's just people crying and misery and it's Oscar bait.
Yeah.
And that's
And it's
basically
always
it.
like, you have to see this indie film, and then you watch and you're like, oh,
yeah,
it was
no,
alright.
like gone are those movies. And by the way, like movies like Payback, Ransom, also it was other movies too in there. It wasn't just mid-level action movies that maybe cost 20 to 50 million to make, but it was also movies like some of the best movies that people took chances on, like Ghostbusters, like Back to
I'm
the
gonna throw
Future,
this out there.
like The Goonies. Like these weren't
Oh, Goonies.
right, but like these were big films, but they weren't like they weren't Star Wars. They were just like, who the fuck knew if any of these films are going to fucking work? Obviously, you might have Steven Spielberg or somebody behind them, Robert Zemeckis, Ivan Reitman. You might have these amazing directors behind them, but still, they were complete wild fucking shots in the dark.
I mean, these guys also, I mean, Reitman specifically, they weren't really known or anything at that. Like when Ghostbusters came, that was '79.
Right.
So it's like at that point they were kind of like, I mean, Bill Murray had a little bit of traction already. I don't remember what there was a couple movies he was in.
They wanted
before in
Belushi to
SNL.
play the role. They wanted Belushi instead of Murray, but I think I don't know if it was a death thing or I don't know if it was a death thing or what, but you know,
I would have rather had Belushi instead of Aykroyd.
I think, but you know what it was? I think it was Aykroyd who I think he co-wrote the script.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, he kind of has to be in it because you know.
Yeah.
Although Aykroyd's not good at directing. If you've ever seen Nothing But Trouble, that movie's terrible.
I've never seen that, but I believe it.
You can avoid it.
Dude, I love that Aykroyd's a complete fucking conspiracy theory nut. Did you know that? He's
Is he really now?
he loves like Bigfoot stuff. He's big into aliens. He buys it hook, line, and sinker, man. He's into like crystals.
A24 is a great studio, but
Sure.
a third of their films are throwaways. A24 is also, I think, the guys that are behind a lot of the what was it, Hereditary and Midsommar.
Netflix and their shit tastes and hero movies have killed the classic movie market. Those middle of the road ones are out there. You just need to search. A24 does some pretty amazing ones. After Yang was good. Everything All at Once. But again, Everything All at Once, that's not a... Dude, I've seen that movie. Man, that movie... What's the budget on that, man? Like, do you... Because A24, it's playing in the indie films, man. And the only people I've heard talk about it are people who like indie movies. People who like, you know, Phantom Thread. And people who watched Power of the Dog this year. And...
A24 puts out movies that feel indie but have a lot of them have a better budget. Right, they're not obviously Hollywood.
I think A24. I think they did Phantom Thread. I think A24 is Paul Thomas Anderson jam, his go-to.
Everything All at Once does look really cool though.
It does. It's got a great concept. But
also 25 million, not really a small budget in pandemic era.
Wow, that's the budget, huh? 25 mil. I wonder if that
Northland looks pretty cool.
I wonder if that counts.
I mean, I don't think that counts as like probably pretty great. I think it looks pretty fucking neat, and I'm always craving more and more martial arts movies, so let's see, I'm trying to find the reviews.
Hey, Nicole
I'm always okay, so Rotten Tomatoes 92% on audience and 97 on tomato meter. So odds are it's a pretty great fucking movie.
What's up, Maverick?
Talking about movies. Ooh.
Yeah, we're
More
talking
to the
about
list.
Aw, fuck off, dude.
We're talking about Everything Everywhere All at Once. The Michelle Yao, I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Joint. Also, don't forget Data from the Goonies is in that movie too. And he still sounds exactly the same. I spotted it from the trailer. I was like, yo, I think that's Data from the Goonies. And I went right to IMDb and looked it up to be sure. And it was.
I also really want to see that Nicolas Cage movie, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, where he plays himself. It's
yes, Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal, who also made the rounds
today. Everything.
Well, Pedro Pascal's having a moment. But Pedro Pascal was coming under fire today from the usual lunatics who scream about everything on social media. Pedro Pascal is cast to play... What the fuck is that guy's name from Last of Us? Joel. He's playing Joel from Last of Us. And in an interview, he said, they asked, did you play the game? He said, kind of he said, I watched my nephew play it. He's like, but I'm not good at video games. And again, the guy's probably like, what, in his late 40s, early 50s at this point?
You should at least, like, why don't, like, I mean, you literally are an actor. You get paid exorbitant amounts of money for what you do. You can't even look into the lore of your character.
Well, what he said is, because they asked him like, oh, well, afterwards, did you watch any of that? And he said that the Noel Druckmann and the director of the series suggested that he not, in order to not be influenced too much by the character in the video game, in order to bring his own thing to it. I think
problem. Then read about it.
I think that the same was. I think I could have sworn I read somewhere that James Gunn said the same thing to John Cena in regards to playing the Peacemaker. That he didn't want him to be overexposed to the.
I get it.
Source
Make it
material.
your own, like it's your character. But like in the same token, like look what's going on with the fucking Halo show.
Right.
Like the Halo show literally panders to every single group except the fans.
It's a tricky. I think it's complicated because in one way you want to stay loyal and true to the fan base, or at least to the source material, not necessarily the fan base, but you want to stay loyal and true to the source material, right? Because you don't want to just put in fan service for fan service sake, because that doesn't do anything for anyone. But I will say there is some true merit to sticking close to the source material, because otherwise, why are you fucking bothering? Because in that case, you might as well do something else entirely if you're not going to bother to stay true to the source material. I mean, because the reason why you're doing that is because the pre-existing people who are interested in it.
I would have bought a PS5, picked up the game, and played through it. Like, the one thing the game does have, which is incredible, is the tone. There is a connection between Ellie and Joel, and I feel like, and I understand make it your own thing, but like, I don't know, the answer of like, my nephew played it, like, you sound like a fucking boomer.
I think he is a boomer though.
He's only like 40 something.
Let's see, Pedro Pascal.
He can't be more than 45. Probably way younger than that. He's probably in his late 30s.
He's 47.
Okay. I mean, Charlie Day is 48.
True, but
Like,
listen,
like,
I would get why a guy who's almost 50 years old doesn't play PlayStation 3 or doesn't know how.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just look at it like my concern is like,
well, dude,
with Halo, it's anti-sourced.
My lady, she literally can't play games that aren't 2D scrollers. Like she literally, like I remember a couple of years ago, I tossed her the controller, and she didn't know how to navigate. You know, like one thumbstick controls the camera and the other controls your movement. She couldn't figure that out. It was like
I've run into that as well.
Right. So like Pedro Pascal is literally probably one of those people. He probably hadn't picked up a video game in 20 years, doesn't know how to use a controller, and it was probably like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
I get that, but I guarantee you, I can Google Last of Us Joel explained.
Sure.
Cutscenes or some literature on Wiki, or there's maybe somebody's made an interactive comic or something. Like, there's so many ways to see what the source material is about nowadays that the answer of like, I don't know much about the character, they told me not to look into it, so I just say lines. It's the same sort of thing of like the Mandalorian has to take his helmet off because goddamn it, I'm Pedro Pascal.
Thank you for the thank you for the subscription. Here we go. Suicide Squad. John Cena said that the writer-director James Gunn told him not to read any Peacemaker comics leading up to his role as the anti-hero. In doing my research, James told me, don't read the comic books, read the script. This is a comic book persona that has a bunch of existences out there from different people putting out comics about Peacemaker because I'm just going to make up my own thing.
Well, that makes sense in the
different.
context, but there's only one source material for Last of Us. There isn't versions.
Well, the thing about The Last of Us, it's being written by Neil Druckmann and the whoever. I guess the showrunner or
wasn't
director.
he the co-writer, co-creator of Last of Us?
Yeah, Neil Druckmann.
Or isn't he's the head of whatchamacallit right now? Yeah?
So I from what I read about the Pedro Pascal, you guys might want to look this up, but my takeaway from it was that he's semi-familiarized himself with the character, but wasn't overtly exposed, and he's going to leave it up to the hands of the director and the writer, which listen.
Sounds like a fucking cop-out.
I don't know. Listen. Well, first off,
watch it comes out.
First
it's
off,
probably
actors,
gonna be a good show.
Well, the other thing is actors. I don't fucking trust them to do a goddamn thing. They're not writers. They don't know how to...
Yeah, but then you also have the Henry Cavills, who is like, especially when it comes to like comic books and video, like he's source material all the way. Like, but then you have the other crazy obnoxious, which is you have Daniel Day-Lewis, who's Abraham Lincoln on and off set for 3 months.
Or Jared Leto, who's pretending he's
delivering
handicapped.
Dead pigs or something to Will Smith on the set of Suicide Squad.
Right. So it could go either way. At the end of the day, you have to listen. You have to trust the people making the film. Pedro Pascal is an incredible actor.
I don't trust Neil Druckmann.
I don't know enough about Neil Druckmann to trust or distrust him. I know, although I didn't play Last of Us 2. I heard it was shit, so I bailed.
I'll play it when I get a PS5, just because I did love the first one. But all the spoilers you read about number 2, if you're a fan of the first one, it just kicks in the dick, frankly.
I know. I know exactly what happens because I was curious.
Yeah, I want to know how, because everybody bitched about it, so I was like, let's see what's all the hubbubaloo.
But people liked it. There were a lot of diehards who hated it, but there was a good amount of people who really enjoyed the hell out of it.
Well, the problem with that discussion became it was a social media problem of like, I hate that they changed this about one of my favorite franchises, and then you had the fanboys basically just be like, how dare you not like this for your own personal reasons? And then it was, well, fuck you, and then all became political. And Druckmann himself got wrapped up in Twitter wars and things like that during the 2016 era. That whole candidacy, he was one of the ones heavy on there going at people. And then when his game came out and he had fans not like some of the things they did in it, it was like, well, he was literally telling people go fuck themselves.
Neil Druckmann?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, he was another one of those Seth Rogans for a while.
Man. Yoji says Last of Us 2 was okay, better than people made it out to be. Let's hope Jared Leto never
Graphically, it
inhabits
looks crazy.
Michael Morbius's consciousness ever again. That movie was a nightmare. I heard that movie was complete bullshit. And again, I wish I had I Told You So t-shirt, because there are so many dickheads out there who, when No Way Home was released, people were like, Marvel didn't have shit to do with this. This was all Sony. And I'm like, you sure about that, stupid? Because you remember through rose-tinted
Spider-Man
glasses. No, that's the thing. They don't remember Spider-Man 3. What they remember is Into the Spider-Verse, and they handpicked and the 3 Spider-Man movies that they like now. That 100% had at least half done work from Marvel itself, Kevin Feige himself. Like, this was a collaboration. But then you forget the other shit. For every Spider-Verse, there was, I said this before, there's the Amazing Spider-Man 3. For every Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire, you had Amazing Spider-Man 2 and parts of 1 that were just complete shit. Blue Electro getting electrified dental work done somehow, magic, and then him shooting around the streets of Manhattan to the theme of the Itsy Bitsy Spider trying to attack Andrew Garfield. It was just awful. And now you have this Morbius movie, which is complete shit, according to everyone, movie critics and users alike. And guess what? It seems like they've got no... It seems like they have absolutely no intent on stopping. So, like, the first Venom movie was okay. It was fun. Based on how campy and, like, kind of bad it was. Like, it knew it was shitty, and, like, it kind of leaned into its own shittiness. But you can't build a franchise around that. Like, oh, hey, this movie's kind of shitty. It's kind of bad, but it's, like, really campy and dumb. We're just going to lean into it.
You want my impression of Marvel studio heads when they watched the final cut of Morbius?
Go for it.
Takes a sip of water. Scrub all references to Marvel Universe in this movie now. And that's why everything was pulled out. They watched it and they go, this isn't going to be associated to any Marvel storyline. We'll claim it's a one-off and bury it. Remove everything.
I believe it. Sony also Sony. Remember, Sony is the studio with Avi Arad with his fat little grubby fingers in the pie, who a handful of years ago was all, before they started making Spider-Man 3, No Way Home, was all but ready to rip Tom Holland away from the MCU. They were going to completely and utterly sever all ties to the MCU and do their own thing. No, it wasn't going to be the multiversal thing. It was going to be something else entirely. It was probably going to be Sinister Six, because they've been trying to push Sinister Six since Amazing Spider-Man 2. The fact that arguably made that movie even shittier than it was meant to be, with the introduction of Green Goblin, played by that kid who looks like a sickly young Leonardo DiCaprio, who's got a weird name I forget.
I don't remember his name either.
A shitty version of, like, my God, man,
Rhino?
Paul Giamatti as Rhino in a mech suit. And then they were gonna have like other characters show up because they were trying to crowbar in the Sinister Six. It's just predictable and lame, and I have absolutely zero faith in Sony, minus the animation studio.
Hey, dude, I gotta jump off for a bit. If you're still on a little bit, I don't know how late you're going, but I'll talk to you then.
Probably do in a few hours.
All right, cool. I'll see you in a bit.
Later, buddy.
No,
Hey.
I gotta say bye before I. Yep. Bye.
Bye. Last of Us 2, okay, better than people. It's the worst movie even tangentially associated with Marvel. It's only better than Inhumans show because it was shorter. I'd rather watch Iron Fist again. Oh my God, dude. Iron Fist. God, that was a piece of shit. I played and beat Last of Us 2. It's a decent game. Production quality is top notch. The money involved shows. My biggest gripe would do much easier is that it was much easier than 1. 1 on normal is much harder than 2 on normal. They're still trying to make Sinister Six happen. Dane DeHaan, thank you. Who should not have been in Valerian. I actually did not watch Valerian because I heard it was bad. I actually had high hopes for Valerian. Even though I think it was directed by that dude who's a complete pedo. I think, is it Luc Besson? Luc Besson, who started banging like I think a 14-year-old, got her pregnant. I think if I remember correctly, I might be mistaken. You might want to look that up for Valerian. But yeah, no, I saw the trailer and I was like, wow, this sci-fi movie looks dope. And then I'm like, let me wait before I jump in and see it blind. Like, let me wait before I jump in opening night. And sure enough, I saw the reviews, and the reviews were like, skip this movie. So I did. Nikki G, you still here?
What's up, buddy?
I was talking with your friend Matthewy about
We're talking a lot.
about cinemas.
Yep.
Do you like the cinema, Nikki
Not
G?
enough to talk like you guys.
Yeah, you know what? I do love me some movies, and so does Maddie Cakes. Maddie Cakes is also a movie man. I got my tickets to see Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Going to see that the Friday that it comes out. I guess technically it comes out on that Thursday for like the previews, but I'm not seeing it then. So at work, we actually dropped our last week of Morbius and replaced it with a documentary about a cow. What? Nikki, you're still playing catch up on your movie and TV show or your movie?
Homework?
Yes.
Yeah. Last night was Fight Club, but I fell asleep 45 minutes in, so I have to start it over again eventually.
Oh no. Why'd you
That's
do
fine.
this?
I was so tired this weekend. I was like exhausted. And then I
Wow.
didn't understand what the fuck was happening at the beginning of the movie. And I'm like, why is it like
Shame.
going all over right
Shame.
now?
Shame.
Unbelievable. Nikki's a Philistine.
Boo-hoo. I'm trying to order my fucking groceries, but the website's not working. I don't want to be on my phone. Like,
What kind of groceries you get, dog?
dog, I need some eggs and some cafe and pizzas and toothpaste.
You getting
We got
eggs?
Jake this. Yeah, man. I ran out of eggs this morning. I made eggs and chorizo.
You know what? I've never been much of a chorizo guy. You know why? Because I don't like sausage. Just in general. Any kind. I don't like it. I don't like the consistency of it. Not a big fan of hot dogs either.
Dogs are a hit or miss for me. I'll eat them at at a ballpark or something. But not like at home.
Are you gonna feed KG hot dogs at your retreat, your beach retreat?
No, she's making pierogies. I know that. I don't know what else is going to be made there, though.
Have you ever eaten a pierogi?
Not homemade. Have you?
From a restaurant, not from a human being.
Not from a human being. I don't want to do pickup. I don't know why. What Target's not working.
Morbius was not drawing anyone, so we broke our contract with Sony and replaced Morbius with a cow movie. I call it Mobius now. Oh, what kind of where do you work? Do you work in a movie theater?
It was just that easy to break the contract, or Sony was like, yeah, this shit sucks. Coffee, pizza, toothpaste, eggs. The boys will have pizza Wednesday, because I'm going to see an art show on Wednesday.
Pizza. You're going to an art show?
Pizza! Yeah, in Chicago. Deep down, I'm gonna look at that. You know that? Have you ever seen those ads for like the immersion of Van Gogh?
Are you going to Kate's art show?
No. I didn't even know she was having one Wednesday.
No, I don't know. I assumed she was having one. You know, she messaged me the other day long message, think about like how she hasn't been around, and then she saw that she couldn't find my account. I think she thinks I blocked her, but I
Oh
did not.
shit! Did you
I didn't-
reply to her?
No, I
She
didn't
was
reply.
streaming today.
Uh,
Well, that's not gonna help her her anxiety if she has it. You
Yeah,
goof.
I did not. But no, I didn't block her. I didn't block anyone. I actually saw in many ways I unblocked people because I made my new account and nobody's blocked on it. I did see that Sims and his woman followed me today on Instagram, which was nice. But I almost wanted to message him and say, hey, listen, I appreciate you following me and all, but I'm not following anybody back at all on this account whatsoever. But then I remember, I don't want to talk to anybody on my account either. A bunch of people have messaged me, even things like, oh, where were you? Or, oh, I'm so glad you're back. Yada, yada, yada. People I know. And even Bale, I think I saw in my requests folder. But I'm not responding to anybody. Think of me on that Instagram account as it's just a shell. It's one-way communication only. I put the art up and I send it out and I go about my merry way. And I think that's for the best.
If it works for you and is the best for you, then so be it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get sucked into any social media platform again. Especially not Instagram, man. They make that stuff is like crack. Now,
Whatever, Target.
Which one do I like more? Shit,
How was your weekend?
I think I like this one more. How was my weekend? Uneventful. I didn't do anything. We stayed home, watched TV. Shit, I gotta pee. I'll be right back, Nikki.
Nikki. Hi, Benzie. Wow, there's a lot of all I want to do is grocery shop. I'm up? What you mean? I'm awake for now. For a little bit. We slept too long last night. We went to sleep at like 9:45, and then we were both up at like 4:30, and I'm like, this is stupid. So I'm pushing for another hour. Oh, this is scary as fuck. Do any of you guys like open water? Like, I think I've got that. I'm getting the chills just looking at these fucking photos. I can't pronounce it. Scared of open water. Scared of open water? It is called... Woo, that's a big ass word. All right, Google, help me out here. Nope. Bruh. Oh man, it's been so. You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I feel so blah right now. Like when it comes to streaming. I do need to like. Maybe tomorrow will be a better day. Maybe today was just so draining from work. Yeah, I know. Phasmo has been a big hit. I gotta get back into Grounded, and then I don't think I'm gonna stream Kingdom Hearts just right now. I have to get my remote fixed. I want like more games, but I just wish Phasmo was like had more maps. Sometimes I get so fucking bored of it, you know? Try to put it on like horror stuff and like play with different people. I can't. Okay, so how do I pronounce this word? Fear of ocean. I'm not like, I think it's pretty, but you're not gonna catch me fucking swimming in it like deep, 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 you know? Pronounce. How to say. This guy. Thalassophobia is how he said it in YouTube. Thalassophobia. Yeah, so sometimes I get caught in these fucking articles and I'm like, oh, why am I looking at like, it's so creepy. It's fucking terrifying. The ocean is a scary place. Like I'll be okay by the coral reefs though. Catch me by the coral reefs. When I was 22, I went on a cruise with my nope. Y'all, you'll never get me on a cruise. Free Johnny Depp on there. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going on no big ass boat. Nope. Fucking whale came right side. Oof, man. My only recurring dream is being wiped out by a tidal wave. Do you see those videos either if they're on like Instagram or I almost said Target, TikTok, or like look at these crazy waves and I just like I look at that video and I go like holy shit, you know? I would just I don't know. I would like go hide somewhere. You know what I mean? That's fucking terrifying. Rogue waves. Yeah, rogue waves? No, thanks. But hey, at least you made it on a cruise. You'll never catch, like I said, no fucking way. These photos are terrifying right now. Like it's, Do you guys thinks? Okay, see, this is why I gotta stop streaming. I can't even speak. Do you believe like giant squids are in the ocean? Like I'm talking huge squids. Ugh. Google is fucking me up right now.
Hello, you little baked beans.
Hi.
I'm back.
I'm back. Back in the New York groove.
What'd I miss?
We're talking about... Guys, I forgot how to say it.
Are you talking about the first time KG had anal sex?
We're talking about the fear of oceans and deep water.
Oh. Oceanophobia.
Oceanophobia. I just said it because I learned to do it on YouTube and now I forgot.
Are you afraid of
Thalassophobia? That's how you say it.
Are you afraid of the water?
I'm afraid. I don't mind being in the ocean, but like you won't catch me on a cruise. You won't catch me like, you know what I mean? Like deep, 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 deep. I'll like sit in sand. Thalassophobia. Yeah, no.
T-Rexophobia.
Do you have any phobias? I have 2.
Now, in order for something to be a phobia, it has to be irrational, right?
Oh, I don't know. Why? What you got?
Well, because there are the actual things you should be afraid of, and then there's stupid shit that people are afraid of just cause. Like, people are afraid of spiders, or tryptophobia, or, like, you know...
Hey,
like
how dare you? I'm afraid of spiders.
But, you know, like... But, like, there's... It's like, oh my god, a poisonous spider is running around, or... I just got bit by a spider, versus, like, oh my god, there's a spider, now I'm going to shriek and act like an idiot. Right? They're different...
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've heard me shriek, but that's because remember that time that I was like hanging out with you guys, you and Jordan, and the spider came from the ceiling and it was right by my face, and I didn't know about it. Like
yeah, no,
that.
It's freaky.
Whew,
but like
that
you know,
scared me.
I think.
But no, yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know, I think there are fears. There are fears, and then there are irrational fears.
What is more scary? Floating? No, the ocean. Semi-ass to space versus the ocean.
I don't think I have any irrational fears. I mean, you know what? I've got a fear of death. I do not want to die. I'm afraid of what may or may not happen afterwards. That's fucking...
So you're afraid of the after? I'm afraid of how it would happen.
I don't care the how.
The personally. Act of, because it's like, it could be anytime, anywhere. But I will say that I hope it would be, you know, saving someone else.
That's not irrational. What is more scary, floating in space or the ocean?
Ocean.
Well, I think... Honestly, I think ocean. Yeah, something about the ocean seems worse. Space, there's something kind of beautiful about being in the stars, even though it's a horrific. I think if you die up there, it's pretty horrific. I think your lungs explode.
Oh my God!
Or
Really?
I think either your lungs explode or you freeze to death.
Like in Guardians.
Yeah. But I think like your blood vessels explode. Like I think your eyes will pop
boil
out.
to death.
You know, it's I forget what there's, because it's so inhospitable to human life that when you're exposed to space, when you're exposed to space, it's there's like a handful of really horrible ways in which you might die first, but you're absolutely going to die. Yeah, it does something weird. Yeah, no, but either way, it's nightmarish. It's probably a lot. Honestly, the death that you'd suffer in space versus in the ocean, it's probably better to drown, even though it's painful. But I feel like a space death is probably more beautiful. To die in the stars.
Interesting.
Although, you know, with things as they are, you'd probably be picked up in some gravitational pull, probably the Earth's gravitational pull, and you'd just be sucked into the atmosphere and you'd probably burn up like space debris. Anyway.
Well, that's cool. Now I don't know my answer. I just like have a fear of drowning, I guess, too.
You would have between 15 seconds and 2 minutes to live, during which time the water in your body would begin to swell due to lack of air pressure. There you go.
So it's quick?
Well,
Ish.
2 minutes is...
Ish.
Well, here, Nikki, go over and put your hand on top of the hot stove and see how long you can hold it there for. And count to 2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, during which time the water in your body... Okay,
Right.
I thought... Well, she said water. I thought she was talking about drowning. All right.
Yeah, 2 minutes of that is probably a fucking nightmare. Yeah, no, I wouldn't say 2 minutes is quick. 15 seconds is relatively quick. 2 minutes...
Well, I mean...
2 minutes under excruciating circumstances is probably...
Who changed the question, though?
hellish.
Yeah. The original question was either floating in space or the ocean, not dying. But that took a turn, and that's interesting to think that now I would rather float in space versus, you know, the ocean, and I would rather die in the ocean than space. Dun-dun-dun. The more you know. Yeah, man. Driving to work. Driving to work.
Nikki, you been working out?
Nah, dude. I was just talking to Joe about that. I was like, I gotta start working out again. Like, I am doing nothing.
But
Not even the bare minimum of walking.
what about your flat butt now? How's it supposed to get thick and juicy?
How rude. Squats?
Yeah, man.
Can someone pay me to work out? Because I feel like that'd benefit my bills and my butt. The BBs.
They say drowning is a peaceful way to die. But my question is, how do they get that info? Everyone who can answer that is dead. Maybe the people that don't die, like maybe the people that like are brought back,
Die?
you know, people who pass out.
Captain Chrome. Thank you.
Thank you for the YouTube follow.
I can no longer fit in jeans that are 7 years old.
So you're saying, is this the lightest you've been as an adult?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I wear your t-shirts as pajamas now.
Nice. Leading to organ failure. The entire process takes 2 to 3 minutes. Ocean water contains far more salt than human blood. When it's aspirated, the body attempts to regulate itself by transferring water to the lungs, thickening the blood. It takes considerably longer. Oh boy, that's also a pretty rough way to go. Drowning. Between 8 to 10 minutes.
Oh, fuck that,
It takes
dude.
you 8 to 10 minutes to drown. God, that's
Okay, so
rough. What's up, lo-fi sketches?
nah, then catch me in the fire in space. I'm not trying to do that shit.
But you could be rescued. But
But what if you can't?
we're talking about guaranteed death, right?
Yeah, guaranteed death.
Yeah, guaranteed death. No, I take it back, space, because at least 2 minutes is your max. 10 minutes
Yeah,
is
man,
a long
10
time,
minutes
dude.
is a lot.
That's like a full
Suffering?
YouTube video of something stupid.
It's like a full YouTube video. Oh, that's funny. No, no, no.
Meow, meow, meow.
Hello, Lo-Fi.
Hello, Lofi. I tried Procreate. Honestly, I got really overwhelmed. You should watch a tutorial. That would probably help. Food for thought. They say burning at the stake only takes about 2 minutes to die. You found some? You found some tutorials? What kind of tutorials did you find?
It's still overwhelming for me, Lofi. Lofi? Lo-Fi? I know I just copied Mike.
Yeah, no, YouTube, it's always overwhelming learning a new program that you're unfamiliar with at first, because it's always a goddamn nightmare. You know, you don't know what does what, and it's confusing, but there's only one way out of that mess, and it's learn to do the damn thing. And that just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, a little bit of practice. And before you know it, you know the program the same way you know any program. I also feel so odd drawing on screen. I even have a paper-like protector. I've been drawing on this thing so often that I wore out the paper-like protector. I'll show you my screen. So you see how it's completely shiny? If it kind of turns to the side here, it's more, it's supposed to be kind of more matte, like a more matte look to it, but it's the reason why it's so shiny is because I like literally scraped off all the stuff. I scraped, so it's like a mirror now. How's Elizabeth doing? Anybody talk to her?
Every day.
You really talk to Elizabeth every day?
Yeah, dude. Every day, every morning, every evening. Ooh.
She's got that much to say?
Send each other pictures of plants and dogs, and the other time she showed me a picture of her dress. Random outfits, makeup.
Oh, I didn't know she... Oh yeah, she does wear... Does she wear dresses on stream? Nikki, bra or no bra?
I don't know, I'm not scoping on her chest. Scopity scope, scope, scope.
Nikki, have you been drawing anything recently?
I really should have been, but I'm wow, that's loud. I'm also not. I think work's just taking a toll on me, so I just like don't want to do anything productive, you know?
That's one thing I hated about going to work, was that by the time I was done, came home, I was so drained. I didn't have either I didn't have the physical energy to do stuff, or I didn't have the mental energy to do stuff. Sometimes both. I would just want to stare blankly into the ceiling light.
Yeah, usually that's where I'm at. Or I lay on the sofa, next thing you know, I'm like, I zone out. We'll see. I'm having some chai tea, decaf.
Not full calf?
Not full calf.
Is it because you're worried about staying up all night if you have too much caffeine?
Not really. I just don't want to like take the chance if my body reacts a different way. Yesterday we were so tired we went to sleep at 9:45, but then we were up at 4:30, and I'm like, wow, this sucks.
Why are you up so early?
We went to sleep so early.
Yeah, that's a lot. Waking up.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's. I looked and peeked at Alexa, and I was like, cool. Fucking 4:32.
That's too early, baby.
It is too early. What I should have done was at least worked out or something. But I was like, meh.
What time does KG go to sleep and wake up?
Probably late, I feel like. She's 3 hours behind you, so it's still pretty early there.
Do you think KG pays people to tuck her into bed?
No.
I think KG hires a couple of midgets to come over and tuck her in, dressed as elves.
Bro.
And then
I'm not part of this conversation.
read her a little
chat.
bedtime story.
We're not doing this tonight.
And KG's like,
Not me.
do the voice. We're like, all right, here we go, KG. So,
Do the roar.
it's very offensive.
Yep.
But the money's great. That's why these midgets put up with
Nope. Did you say that's why these bitches put up with it?
it. I said midgets. How dare you?
Oh.
Yeah, they say it's a living.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, what are we doing tonight? It's like, yeah, that crazy old broad. She wants us to dress up as Christmas elves again and tuck her in. Yeah, KG's huge in the little person community.
I'm not part of this conversation. Do, do, do,
Yeah.
do, 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 do.
Yeah, she's putting one of their kids through school with all these midget payments.
Oh, stop!
What?
Stop! Stop.
Okay. Fine, KG. Listen, I just want that rumor to start spreading around Twitch that KG does this.
Good luck. Good luck.
You know, I want KG to be on Sam Tucker Young's stream and just somebody be like, hey, KG, heard about the midget thing? That's crazy.
Sure. Gosh, Christ.
KG wakes up at 8:30 and goes to bed around 2 a.m. Do you think KG needs to take sleep medication in order to get to bed?
I have no idea. That's a pretty fucked schedule, so I would need it.
What? 8:30, 2 a.m., 6.5 hours? That's pretty good.
Why are we gonna bed at 2 a.m.?
No. I mean,
I gotta.
she goes to bed at
like.
she goes to sleep at 2 a.m., wakes up at 8:30 a.m.
But I just don't know the reason why you'd be up that late. Is my point, I guess.
Oh, up until 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the best time of the day.
You little vampire, you. I don't know.
Yeah, I probably should write Kate a message. She was sweet enough to write me a message.
Yeah, you just fucking left her on red, and now she's like, yep, I did something.
No. Do you want anybody want to write a message for her, for me?
I was just talking to her today because she was streaming. I'll do it, you psycho. Hey, cutie.
Can't Can't turn my brain off, so I get work done around that time. Ooh, she gets cagey work done.
Says hello and will reply soon. He's just a butthole and forgot to reply. Okay.
Ask her if she's wearing a bra too.
Nope.
But not as me as you.
No! What is with you? What? Boobs. Boobs.
Listen, boobs are great.
I don't have any, so I wouldn't know.
Cage's got big titties. She's told us before. Cage's got to get her bras custom made.
That's just wild to me.
Yeah. Her titty
I feel
holsters.
bad for like titty holsters.
Yeah, you can fit a couple of little people in them.
Stop! Oh no. You were on a roll there, homie.
No, I don't, Mike. What's her IG? Who Cage's?
She doesn't have her photo up there. She has one though. She forgot she had one.
I don't think Cagey. I don't think Cagey thirst traps Pansy.
Well, if you're in my Discord and go to selfies, you'll find her in there somewhere. Just saying.
Yeah, you got to go to Nikki's. You got to pay.
That would be nice. Oh, Eric, hello.
Yoji says, okay, Pitstick, that's enough now. Pitstick loves to simp, dude. Yoji's right. Pitstick loves to simp. Is that Eric Bonham I see? I smell?
You smell? What you smell?
I smell what the Bonham's cooking.
Oh my god.
Smells like oxtail. Where is he? Where'd he run off to?
He probably comes in and then he leaves to get like a snack. His almond milk or something.
You think he eats almond milk?
He drinks it.
Do you think he's ever? Do you think he's ever drank almond milk off of a woman's body?
I don't know, and I hate that I have to answer it that way because I feel like they get like freaky.
Is Skullbash lactose intolerant?
I don't think so.
We gotta ask him when he gets back if he could drink a regular glass of milk without tooting.
There we go. There it is. Do you fart, sir, when you drink the milk?
Yeah, well, let's ask him in an accent.
You could do that.
Not a Caribbean one, though. Let's not be offensive.
You do it all the time anyways.
I don't do a Caribbean accent. Do I do?
You try to do like a...
You know, I had a couple of thirst trap ladies subscribe to my Instagram. I don't know how they found me, the thirst trap is. And it's always a scam. It's always like a... You know, come check out my all links, whatever.
All links.
Yeah. Same thing on TikTok. The thirst trap ladies are strong on TikTok. Cause they'll be like you'll pull up TikTok live and it's just some bimbo. And then, of course, the simps are going to be like, you know, where are your links? What are your links? What are your links? And then the lady would be like, I know what link you're asking about. Oh, well, that's off my Instagram page. Because what ended up happening was TikTok was shadow banning these girls that had links on their profile that brought you to adult websites from TikTok. So, like, even if it was 2 steps away. So let's use Nikki as an example. So let's say Nikki is on TikTok and she's got an OnlyFans where she flashes her coochie for money. And she's on TikTok live and people are like, yeah, where do we get to see that chorizo? And you're like, okay, go to
chorizo? That's the sausage
Go to
Oh my
my go to my Instagram page and check out the link. Not go to my profile and check out the link, because TikTok knows what's up. TikTok knows what the ladies were up to and did not like that stuff. So even though it was not directly from TikTok to the site, it was 2 steps away. That's still not enough for TikTok. Like, they're that vigilant. TikTok is being investigated by DHS. What's DHS? Department of Homeland Security? For child exploitative images. What the hell? What do you mean, Yoj? Oh, dude, well, I said this the other day, man. There was definitely a gal who was like, I'm 19. And I'm like, bitch, it looks like, I'm pretty sure those look like high school lockers behind you. Like, as I was just scrolling through my, like, it was the middle of the day, I was scrolling through TikTok looking for meme accounts. I mean, I'll show you guys right now. Obviously not some fucking jailbait, but I'll show you what it looks like. So here, I'm pulling up TikTok.
I was like, bitch. Oh, that shit's funny.
So like here. When you meet a high value man with excellent charm and charisma.
I had to get the heck out of the area. In any event, I figure I better leave you a more detailed message and explain why I approached you.
I don't know. This is probably some stupid meme. But like, I like stupid shit like this. Oh, here, look how clean that hubcap is. Excellent. Oh, this person's cleaning up. I like this kind of shit. It helps my OCD. Always looks.
Yes, it
always
does.
feels better.
I love it.
And then you get this kind of shit. So like some goth girl singing, maybe. Sing you to sleep. Okay, that. Oh shit, she's singing Radiohead. Oh, okay. I know that song. It's a good song. Anyway, then you get an ad. But what ends up happening is here. I'll go to that. This gothic looking white girl with 500 viewers. But look, the second you click on some pretty gal who might be just showing up, and you go scroll to the right, you get it unlocks thought trap. You know, it's like achievement unlocked. You've unlocked thought trap, you know, streaming TikTok ladies. And it's not just white ones. It's you know, I mean, there's a lot of white ones here, but there's a healthy mix of you know, all kinds of browns. Oh, and by the way, the boys are doing it too. It's just for every 10 girl, there's a dude doing it. But what ends up happening is, oh, by the way, I'm gonna show you guys something. I'll show you guys my likes. I don't like this stuff. Like, I like and like weird looking cute animal stuff. I like you know, memes, and you know, I think this is an edit where it goes from the Hunchback of Notre Dame to How to Train Your Dragon. It was kind of it was a really clever mashup. But like, this is the kind of, like, trust me, I am not out here thirst trapping at all. You know, like this is a person who's finding old watches that were covered in radium, because that's what used to make the glow in the dark effect, irradiated radium. And the burns on the watch face were from the fucking radium burns, from the fucking the radiation burning itself into the watch face. You can look up a documentary, it's called Radium Girls. All those girls got cancer and died from this kind of stuff. Anyway, like, this is the kind of stuff, like, I'm looking at like silly, you know, silly meme stuff. No, zero thirst trap, but it's almost like TikTok wants you to 7-year-old me going down and tell my mom I need a poster board for a project that's due tomorrow. I like memes, right? But nah, dude, I swear to God, man, all the live recommendations I get are for thirst trappy ladies. And like I said, so one day I'm just cruising around, minding my own business, looking at meme talk. And sure enough, you see like a girl who like clearly is definitely a teenager. And I'm just going to go on ahead and assume that she was lying about her age, because, you know, one of the telltale signs of like backpacks and high school looking lockers behind her. And I'm like, oh shit, dude, this seems wildly illegal, because the guys in the chat were being very salacious, Nicole. Also, is Bonham back or what? Bonham, you here?
Yo.
There he is. And I'm like, I was just like, yo,
Eric, are you lactose intolerant?
I'm like, yo, get me out of this chat, dude. Because I'm like, I'm going to end up on some fucking feds watch list. The U.S. Department
What
of
are you talking
Homeland
about?
Security is investigating TikTok's handling of child abuse material with fears the short-term video app isn't adequately protecting its young user base. In addition, the Department of Justice is looking to specific privacy feature on TikTok that may be exploited by predators.
God damn.
I saw that 7-year-old video on my IG yesterday.
We
Nice
were
one, Noobs.
talking about if you drink milk and then.
Oh yeah,
start
do you
talking
drink
about
milk,
TikTok.
Bono? Are you lactose intolerant?
I mean, I could drink it okay. I don't really drink cow milk anymore. Unless it's like cheese or an ice cream.
What about almond milk?
Yeah, I just had some right now.
I knew it.
You ever drink?
I
You ever,
told you.
do you ever drink? But then the next question was, I asked Nikki this, or maybe Nikki asked me this. I forget. Have you ever drank almond milk off of a woman's body before?
You definitely asked that question.
No, I don't know. I think that
Yeah.
may have been Nikki.
It
Nikki
was
question.
not me. It was
that's
not.
my question. I could tell.
I don't know. I don't know. That sounds like it might be a Nikki question.
No, I haven't had the pleasure to do that yet.
Not yet. Oat milk is king. Daisy, hello, fellow New Yorker. How are you? Man, it's been a million years,
Ooh.
Daisy. How are you? And Amy's here
Boy.
too. Amy, I saw you doing your your live streaming work thing. For those of you who don't know, Volpsy, sorry. Did I call her?
Oh my
anything?
god, you called her.
Oh my god, dude.
You're terrible.
He did it like
Man, right off the
3
bat.
times.
Anyway, I saw her working on her art stuff in her Discord server. I feel like she works on art like 12 hours a day, and for those 12 hours, the majority of them are in her Discord streaming. I feel like half the time I go on Discord to write a message or respond to somebody or post a meme, I look and it's like, your friend Volpsy is streaming in, her Discord channel.
I never see her streaming on her Discord channel. Actually, am I even on?
She's
her
probably right in.
Discord
She's probably in there right now. Let's see. Oh, Nikki. Oh, you're showing your face. Nikki, you're looking more and more like Christina Ricci every day.
I like her.
Let's see.
I am showing my
Hang on, I'm going to Volpsy stream. I don't see her in there. Somebody's in there.
Spotify application. Whoa, nothing's working tonight. What the fuck? Can't go
Hey,
grocery
Bootleggin, how are
shopping.
you?
Can't listen to music.
Because it's so much easier to work like that. But what do you do while you're working? Because my workflow is I basically put some music on or put some TV on, and I just put my head down and just draw. The only time I draw in front of people, due to the spectacle of it, is in front of you schmucks here.
Schmucks.
You schmucks. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I only...
I've been streaming on Discord because since I can't draw nudie stuff on Twitch,
You've been drawing
Some
titties?
it's more figure drawing stuff. But
He drew my next tattoo.
Does
I
anybody want to draw fan art of Eric Bono
Oh,
drinking oat milk off of a woman's body? Anyone? Any takers?
all at once. Nikki.
I'm actually not, because everyone's sleeping. But what do you guys talk about in there? That's what I would be like. I'm fucking nervous to go in there when Volpsy's in there with her art friends drawing. It's like, yeah, what do you say? Do you talk about what you're drawing?
Hello?
Hello, Nicole.
No, you say hello.
Alright, yeah, hello.
Oh, that's what you... Well, see, I didn't even realize that's what you were doing.
But look at you being all polite. Aw. You wouldn't have a delay, Volps, if you joined us in Discord.
In whatever your currency
saying.
is.
Hey, sweet
be
baby
Brax.
Brax, man. Fuck, it's been a million years. Bud,
You have $10.
welcome. Hey, noobs.
Don't have $10.
Sing your Discord, it's called
probably don't
Bashiro.
have time to watch Twitch because you should be working.
Listen, let's look
Wait,
what,
what?
look what Brax is doing.
Yo, how's it? Been a minute. Have good week.
You have yourself a good week too. Thanks, Brax. Thank you. I hope you have yourself a good night. Hey, Volpsy, also, why is everybody you know that draws, why are they all asleep? It's 7 minutes to 11 p.m. on the East Coast. And thank you again for the tip. I'm very appreciative. Sweet Brax baby. Daisy says as long as it's out. Daisy, what's new with you, buddy? Reviewing in stream. How have you been? What are you up to? Are you still? Did you finish school? Are you still on the island?
You look mad as hell.
What?
Me, man?
You look no. Eric is on camera. He look extra mad.
Oh, hey, if anybody wants to look at Eric,
Look at
are you
that
topless
face,
right now?
though.
Eric is
Yeah, he
topless
is.
on stream.
Yeah, dude. Don't tell people. It's just for me.
I didn't know he had those Hershey Kiss nipples.
Ew.
Hershey Kiss nipples. Gross.
They're made out of almond milk.
There you go.
Oh boy. Sorry, what's the Discord link again? Here.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Finishing up. All right. Finishing up school, applying to a master's program for social work, looking at the city.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, what schools you're looking to go to?
Dope.
But otherwise, I don't know the snakes that have algae growing on it. Wait, what? Wait, what? Hold on. A lot of the time we're sitting there not talking at all or host a movie to watch. Oh, so you just sit there quietly drawing. Are your mics on? Can you hear each other breathing and
It's like
coughing?
a library. Ew.
Do you
How
shush
hard
each
are they
other?
breathing?
Like if somebody's like getting too loud, you shh, shh. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No.
No.
Volpsy, you ever accidentally
No.
fart during quiet
No.
art time?
What is with you and farting too? Last time I hopped in here, he literally like farted on the microphone.
You did?
I let one rip by the microphone, not on the microphone. I gotta put my mouth towards this thing. My butt was in the general vicinity of the microphone, just enough to
did
get,
it right on
just
it
enough to
'cause
catch
he,
the
like,
sound.
Gross.
Just enough. There was nothing came in contact with the mic. It was safely away. Hunters. Oh, Hunter. Sure. I remember. I was gonna go to Hunter. I went to. I ended up going to City College uptown instead. Columbia. Yeah, dude. City College campus wasn't too far from Columbia campus, and Columbia's campus is probably the most beautiful of all the universities in New York City. Columbia is also 1000% gentrifying the shit out of all of Manhattan. NYU as well. Well, fucking just about all the universities, Pace. But specifically, Columbia is pushing out block after block of black people in Harlem because that's where Columbia University is. And they're just slowly, like a parasitic infection, they're just like encroaching on former areas that were owned primarily by black-owned businesses. And the residents there are, well, displeased would probably be a light way of saying it. Farting by a microphone is not recommended for that reason, y'all. Yeah, don't fart on the micro. You'll get sick, dude. You'll get pink eye, I think. That's just weird. Pink eye microphone. Nope, not yet. Maybe one day. Do you think Volpsy has ever accidentally farted on stream?
Maybe, but she doesn't tell anybody.
Do you think she'd own up to it? Like if she busted ass while she was sculpting, and people were like, "What was that?" She'd be like, "Oh, it was just my chair squeaking." She was like, "Oh, my duck got out of its cage."
Quack.
Oh man, I should have a duck noise.
Quack, quack.
Why is is that funny? God, that's funny.
I don't know. Maybe because it's like Eric, who's got like the deepest voice, and all you hear is.
It's like a fucking like it's a baritone duck.
It's a baritone duck. Oh god.
Let's go visit her in college, pretend to be students, and party while she has to study. Daisy, you're gonna have a dorm party? I'd like to think she doesn't aim it at the mic, like our lovely host tonight. I didn't aim it. I aimed it. I aimed it like in the, not in the direction of. Kind of like.
Wait, did everybody hear it?
No, I just
Bro, it was
I
so
farted just so Nikki
loud.
could hear it.
Oh,
you
well,
woke with it?
I definitely
Yeah,
heard that shit.
my
in
butt cheeks
ear.
whispered Nikki is what they said.
Butt cheese.
I don't think
Butt
I
cheeks?
have, but that's what I'm gonna say if it ever happens. It needs to be an alert.
Oh shit! I didn't realize my light turned off.
That's
Are you
more like a
comfortable,
penguin.
Eric?
Yep. Oh shit! What's bleeding out?
Is it the emperor penguins that are really horrible? There's a certain breed of penguin.
Okay.
They are monsters. Like they defile the corpses of other penguins. And what I mean when I say defile is what you think it means. They defile the corpses of female penguins, male penguins, and they've been known to have their way with unwatched little penguins. You know, it's pretty
Horrible.
It's pretty
Dude,
horrifying.
some of the topics that come up on this stream are so fucking wild.
Hey, Automation Jason. What's up, buddy?
Are you practicing?
Join just in time for the cheesy sound effects.
Cheesy.
Cheesy, but cheesy. Happy Feet Part 2. Let's see, hang on. I'm gonna Google the term, and this is something I didn't think I was gonna be looking up today. Penguin. I'm gonna be vague here. Does stuff to corpse.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. They do some salacious shit.
The dark truth about Adelie penguins was kept secret for more than 100 years. Yeah, these penguins. The dark truth about Adelie penguins was kept secret for more than 100 years. Don't be fooled by their charming appearance. When Dr. George Murray Levick made his observations on their sexual behavior in 1911 and 1912, it was deemed too inappropriate to ever be published. There was homosexual sex, promiscuous sex between unpaired male and female penguins. This sounds like one of Bonham's parties.
Oh yeah.
Levick also observed instances of Adelie penguins engaging in gang grape, physical abuse of chicks, as well as necrophilia with penguins, some of which had died the previous year.
I was not expecting that, Eric.
I don't. I was actually doing that the whole time you were on the phone, Aiden.
Were you?
Where Eric was doing the Ace Ventura move where he talks with his butt
Eric
cheeks.
was getting naughty on camera.
Listen, I can't look at you guys and read at the same time.
Okay.
No, listen. No, what I mean that is have fun.
Oh.
Levick blamed this astonishing depravity on hooligan males. So shocked he wrote down his observations in Greek so only educated gentlemen could understand. His work wasn't published until 2012. In 1988, more penguin depravity came to light when people observed Adelie penguins using stones to pimp out female for prostitution. They also reported that some of the prostitute penguins tricked the males into thinking that they would have sex by performing an elaborate corporate ritual and then running away with their stones.
Bitches.
Anyway, now you know.
Dark truth.
Did our friend Volpsy join the Discord? Is that what she was looking for? Straight to penguin prison. Michael's got to be on a list for these Google searches. Imagine studying biology and zoology for years to discover that penguins are perverts. But they're like worse, man. They're like, they're like Epstein level depravity. But penguins.
Oh,
What?
man.
What are you laughing at? Or are you and Nikki doing silly things?
No, that's just the comparison. It's like
Yeah, the comparison
what?
was like, whoa. We're
It'll
not
get
doing
really, really
things.
hard. It'll get really soft.
Oops.
You know what? One of these nights, I'm going to go by old Volpo's Discord stream and see what's going on in that secret Discord where she's drawing, sculpting.
Volpo.
Volpo.
I just watched the new Thor trailer.
Yeah, there's some real mixed reviews on that.
It looks. I'm not like crazy about it.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sold
mean,
on it.
I mean, Jane Foster looks good.
She looks buff. It's like she actually worked out.
Yeah, it looks just like the comic counterpart.
Hey, Boba.
I don't know. I'm intrigued. I just don't know where they're going with it. It does look like they are keeping some of that humor in there, at least.
Daisy says, I got to get a COVID test. My throat's a little Thor. Daisy, do you want to get in voice chat? Haven't heard your voice
A
in
little
a while.
Thor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did I tell you I beat Elden Ring?
Oh yeah,
I did.
This is bigger than a small elephant.
you beat all the bosses, or there's still people you need to discover?
I beat the majority of the bosses, and there's like 2 or 3 that I missed that I'm actually bummed I missed. I uninstalled the game already, so I'm just gonna wait until DLC comes out.
Nice, congrats.
New Thor trailer looks like it's holding back. It's gonna get us there. I think they were. Listen, it's just a teaser trailer. They're giving us a taste of what's to come. I like that the Guardians are in it. I like Taika Waititi's humor. That still seems to be there. It seems like it's a new fun chapter for Thor. Maybe even a send-off for the character. Kind of like how Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow, and even Hawkeye to a certain extent kind of got like some chapter endings. And it seems like, Hawkeye was passing the torch on to Hawk Girl, or the new Hawkeye. Perhaps this one is going to be Thor's kind of passing the torch on to Lady Thor. I know people are pissed about that. But I mean, how long do you want these characters to, how long are you going to have these same actors playing these characters for? They've been doing it for over 10 years now. I gave an example where Drax the Destroyer, what's his name? Oh man, I'm completely blanking on Drax's real name. Batista, David Batista. He says this movie's probably going to be his last movie because he's in his 50s now, and he doesn't know if he could physically get in the shape required to play Drax anymore. Which, you know what, is honestly, it's fair. It's fair. Yeah, how long, are these actors just going to play these characters until they're in their 60s and 70s? It's I understand the desire for these characters and actors to kind of move on and grow and change. I mean, shit, did anybody realize that the MCU was going to go on this long? I mean, non-stop? Even Star Wars had a 15-year hiatus before it came back with the Phantom Menace?
I mean, ever since the first Avengers, I knew they were gonna go and just tap into anything that they can, and then it just spun off series, and a lot. There's more success than failures.
For sure. No, listen, it's been fun. It's been a great ride, and I'm very curious to see where it all goes. But it's got to change. It has to find new ground and new audience and reinvigorate itself. It's the only way that it'll survive.
I wonder if the Strange film is going to change that.
Me too. That's a great question.
Timeline.
The series was such a good idea during COVID. How are we feeling about new Moon Knight? I'm loving Moon Knight.
Good. Yep.
When people weren't going
It's
to
actually a good show.
Dude, I would say, now I love the Loki show because of the sci-fi, like the sci-fi time traveling concept of it. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff, and it was nice seeing Marvel kind of do that for the first, like really like, I know they touch on sci-fi and Endgame, but like just like jumping into like multiverse and the temporal variance authority, just all that like kooky high concept science fiction. I'm a huge sucker for that. So I'm very partial to that series, and also Loki's one of my favorite characters, so I'm very partial to that series. But I think I gotta say, I think the writing is actually stronger on Moon Knight, at least these first 3 episodes.
Yep.
Because I've all of these shows that we've watched so far, if you've watched any of the Disney Plus series, WandaVision, Loki, Falcon, Hawkeye, we all have the benefit of knowing and being familiar with these characters, some of them for, like I said, the better part, if not longer than 10 years, especially in Hawkeye's case. Like these are characters we all know and have seen in multiple movies at this point, so we already kind of have a bit of a biases towards them. Moon Knight doesn't have that. Moon Knight, this is the introduction to the character. So they had to not only give us a compelling, fun story that everybody can be into, but one where you're also introducing us to a character, and basically you have to show us why we should give a shit about him. And I think they've been doing really well.
Hey Nikki, I'm picking your nose with my mouse.
Is that why you're smiling? I was like, what's he smiling about?
The little hand is like.
Daisy says, I loved WandaVision. Are you going to see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? I get a feeling that I feel like they're building up Wanda to be the supervillain, to be a big bad. That's the feeling I get.
She was.
I mean, that's the thing, dude. She is. She literally held a entire town hostage for weeks, and some of them, actually all of them, were in horrific pain while she was doing it.
And she's an Omega level mutant.
Right, yeah.
So.
Yeah, she's an Omega level mutant. Who, like, honestly, what's up, Boba? Hello, Boba. I feel like they want to push her to replace Captain America.
No.
Push who to replace Captain America? I would like to see Beta Ray Bill and Dark Winter. I don't know who Dark Winter is. Instead of Woke Lady Thor. You can't call it Woke Lady Thor. You haven't seen the movie yet. You don't know what they're gonna do with her. It's wildly unfair to make the assumption that just because it's Lady Thor, that it's gonna be some hyper progressive thing.
Are they gonna do the same thing in the comics? Like she had the cancer, and the cancer cures her when she turns to Thor.
I kind of hope. I kind of hope that they do. I think the crux, like what makes the character. Oh, I've never seen Criminal Minds. What makes the character special Lady Thor. What makes the, you know, it's is that her time is precious because she's dying of cancer, and her hero's sacrifice is that every time she turns into Thor, at least in the comics, every time that Jane Foster turns into Lady Thor, her cancer gets that much worse because turning into Lady Thor is that much more taxing on her body. Because she's supposed to be in chemotherapy, she's supposed to be trying to heal, but she has this weight, this burden of being Thor now on her frail body. So it's this kind of amazing juxtaposition because when she becomes Lady Thor, she's this like incredibly, you know, strong, powerful hero. And when she stops, she's this frail, sickly, cancer-ridden, bald woman who's dying. It's a really compelling story. Yeah, no, Banzi, to call it woke is just fucking stupid, man. It's ignorant as shit. It's just a dumb, I feel like, Banzi, I feel like you're just parroting shit. You're just parroting stupid phrases that you've heard from internet assholes that, you know, aren't yours truly. But I've seen the same lame, lukewarm, NPC level takes from the same douchebags on YouTube and Twitter all day. Well, oh, this is the beginning of the MCU. You know how many times I've seen the MCU as a title in YouTube videos, as if it's some brilliant catchphrase. It's the same thing as, it's the same dickheads who say get woke, go broke, like, again, chanting slogans like they're these clever things where they're not. You just come off as boring NPCs. You just come off like the same sheep that you like to point your fingers at. The thing is, we don't know what this is going to be. I enjoy Taika Waititi's work. I enjoy his work from What We Do in the Shadow to Jojo Rabbit to the first crack at Thor being Thor Ragnarok. I have no doubt in my mind that this isn't going to be I mean, based on the trailer, from what I've seen from the trailer, this looks like this Thor movie is going to be as fun as Ragnarok. Now, that doesn't mean there might be some. That doesn't mean that there won't be some crazy progressive agenda or ideology baked into this. There very well might be, but there also might not be. When I was watching Ragnarok, I didn't feel like I was watching I was trying to be forced fed some weird ideological take. I didn't get that at all. I just got that, oh, hey, this is a fun movie. We're all going to have a good time. This is the first Thor movie you'll enjoy. And that's it. Same thing with Jojo Rabbit. Same thing with What We Do in the Shadows. It's just fun and silly and good. So those are my only expectations. Now, if you watch the movie and it turns out that Taika Waititi is totally drunk the Kool-Aid, he's gone full Hollywood, he's gone like super hyper progressive diversity and inclusivity and not just diversity and inclusivity being bad. I feel like there's a mix-up in that when people say, oh, it's diversity and inclusion, as if that by itself at its face is a bad thing. That's not what people are saying. What people are saying is when diversity and inclusivity is brought to the forefront of a project, but sacrificing the actual story or character development or plot, i.e. the Disney Star Wars movies or even Captain Marvel, for example, there's something to be said for that. But I see no inclination that this is that. If it is, then by all means, then 100% by all means, go crazy, go nuts, shit all over it, boycott it. But until I see evidence of that, just the fact that there's a Lady Thor, the fact that there's a Lady Thor, which is a solid story, which is a compelling character arc, I see no reason to call it woke anything.
Man, I've drawn maybe 7 commissions of Jane Foster. I didn't realize how popular that character was.
Sure.
I mean, the design is great.
It's a solid design.
Yeah. And the story behind it, like you had mentioned earlier, it's very compelling.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's literally her story kind of encapsulates what is supposed to make up a Marvel hero. It's that sacrifice that separates them from non-heroes. It's one of the reasons why Spider-Man is one of my favorite characters in the MC universe, because it's kind of because it's as we saw in No Way Home. To be Spider-Man is to be burdened. It's to be set upon. You know, his abilities and responsibilities. It's a curse. It's a curse as much as it is anything else. And yeah, you definitely get that same vibe with Jane Foster. Let's see. Well, they need to outwoke the woke, but that was the original idea. Thor being thrown to Earth into the body of a crippled doctor. Teach him humility. I'm not parroting. Woke is the default during these last 5 years. It's the price you paid to join the inner circle, so we'll see. Self-sacrifice is the top tier of the hero hierarchy. Agreed. Yeah, no. There was a couple of YouTubers that I had to stop watching because although I might agree with them, or at least some of what they had to say, at the end of the day, they became just as clickbaity and as insincere as shill corporate news media, man. Like, it became more about outrage, like fake outrage, and riling people up than it was actually about like storytelling. And one example was this dude. I was watching this a commentator. I think his name is Heels versus Babyface, right? And he wouldn't shut the fuck up about how the Robert Pattinson Batman movie was going to be awful. It was going to be full of, again, same. It's always the same talking points. It's a woke agenda. Robert Pattinson, he's not working out. He's being difficult on set. This movie is going into reshoots. It's going to be terrible. This dude was swearing up and down how bad that movie was going to be. And the movie comes out, and it's like he never made any of those videos. Complete fucking silence. Because the movie wasn't any of those things. In the Batman film, in the Matt Reeves Batman film, there was one reference to in the entire film that was a little bit cringy, that was a little bit felt crowbarred in, and it was about rich white people being a problem. And in this case, in the city of Gotham that's in the movie, the Zoe Kravitz character of Catwoman, she's not exactly wrong, but it did feel cheesy, and it didn't feel organic. But that was it. One line in the entire film. So yeah, man, I generally try not to watch those kinds of creators anymore, because sometimes I feel like they don't even believe their own bullshit. I feel like they're just riding a wave. And they themselves are just kind of copying and pasting what they've seen themselves on social media from similar commentators. Like, this is what we're all saying about this. Okay, great. Let me make a YouTube video where I pretend I'm really mad about it. I'm really mad about the aspects of a movie that haven't even come out yet, based on a 45-second trailer I just watched. There is one thing that I agree with, though, in regards to, hey, what's up, Earthbound? In regards to the Thor.
Hi, Eric.
Hey, Eric Canetti, what's up, buddy? How are you, man?
What's news over here?
Hey, we're just chatting it up.
Hey.
We're just talking about the Thor trailer.
You gotta behave, Skull.
Papa's here.
That's right. Yeah, we're talking about the Thor trailer, and the next thing I was gonna bring up was again, like I'm with Eric Bonhomme. What's up?
What?
I like the way that Skullbash looked.
Skullbash is looking handsome.
Yeah.
I've been playing with the idea to
he's a little more than I remembered.
Yeah, Earthbound for sure. You could always commission me to work on a character. I'll work with you, man. Oh, yeah, no, the one thing about Thor that people were right about, at least the YouTube commentator crowd, is the weird blowback surrounding Chris Pratt, especially on especially on Twitter and similar social media applications. For some reason, Chris Pratt being in the trailer and them having like a silly mail exchange was enough again for people to start shitting all over Chris Pratt.
What's wrong with Chris Pratt?
The hyper progressive side of Twitter, they loathe him because they think he's most likely a Republican, and the church that he belongs to back in the day were pretty anti like gay marriage and that kind of stuff. But by the way, so were like your favorite politicians minus a handful were also around the same time also very anti that. So yeah, so they don't like that he's religious. They don't like that he's probably most likely Republican. You know, I think his father-in-law's Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think he's a Republican. I don't know.
They don't like Chris Pratt because he's Republican.
Yes, and they call him all kinds of names too. Whenever his name comes up, yeah, whenever his name comes up, they shit all over the man. And yeah, no, this was no difference in the Thor / Guardians of the Galaxy movie trailer. You see the character of Peter Quill have a joke about Thor being in love with him or loving him. It's very silly. It's very tongue-in-cheek. It's very Marvel. It's a very Marvel joke. It's very cute. And then, of course, Twitter was like, I bet Chris Pratt threw up after this scene. You know, it was like...
Because of the nature of the joke, and he's
Right, because he's so anti-gay, which, again, is absurd. There's absolutely zero proof of this whatsoever. It's people just projecting on him. Because, like I said, they think he's a Republican. Therefore, Republican in their mind means anti-gay, anti-yada, yada, yada. It's just dumb. It's just ridiculous takes. So that was one thing I saw where I'm like, fucking Christ, man. These people are just so wound up and nuts, man. I can't, I can't believe, like, you watch a trailer to a film and then that's your takeaway. Chris Pratt, is bad. He bad. Gay things in Marvel, yay. Did you see the trailer, Eric?
Very briefly, I think. I don't know if I saw the whole thing.
There's not much to it.
I'm a little marveled out, to be perfectly honest with you, Mike. I know you're a big proponent. You're a big fan. You're Marvel is you're a big fan of it.
Sure, I am.
I'm not to say I'm all done. I'm just a little burned out on it.
What's got you burned out? What was the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back?
You know what? Maybe it's unfair to say burned out. I think for me, when Endgame came out, that was a nice closing. I thought for me that was a great way to kind of close the 10-year long chapter of the whole thing.
You know what? I cannot disagree. I think there are a lot of people that feel similarly to you. I mean, it was this great build-up to a pretty excellent finale, which is really hard to nail, right? I mean, there's a lot of missteps that could have been made, and they managed to hold it together.
There were, right? To be fair.
Nothing is perfect. It wasn't,
right.
But all things considered, a solid goodbye.
Yes.
And yet.
And so after that, not to say that the offerings after were poor. My heart wasn't in it anymore. Similar to when they did The Hobbit, right? I thought, I think they did a really nice job with the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. And The Hobbit was just like sort of I don't know, this is unfair, but it's like the oddest cash grab,
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
But I think it's because Endgame tied it up so nicely.
It did. You know, and I think if that is a more than fair take. I will also say that Marvel's attempt to rebuild, which is I think what they're doing, essentially starting from not necessarily scratch, but just about. It's been there have been some real missteps thus far. Eternals, probably the biggest, but Black Widow was forgettable at best. There were some endearing moments, but overall just felt unnecessary and too late. It felt like a decade too late.
There it is. I agree with that.
Shang-Chi was fun, but again, like I said, a 5-minute movie. You watch it the one time, you gotta, it was like, oh, hey, these are some neat scenes, these are some neat characters, but inevitably, I'd be surprised if there were many brand new, incredibly devout Shang-Chi fans besides, lunatics on the internet. The Disney Plus shows, it's also a mixed bag. Like, I enjoyed them, and I said Loki is my favorite thus far. Primarily due to the sci-fi, the high concept sci-fi, but they were rife with trouble. Like no series is just by and far away this stellar piece of media. They all suffer in some way, shape, or form. I'm loving Moon Knight. I know we disagree on that, but I think it's Marvel's most solid show thus far.
Okay.
But listen, man, that's a lot. That's a lot for post Endgame. I thought Spider-Man was a hit though. I got to watch it one more time though. I've got it all fired up and good to go though. So I think maybe tonight I'll watch it.
Maybe this isn't the whole thing, right? I think maybe because I'm probably misremembering this, so it's not very valid. What created the anticipation for me was first of all, they were all feature films, right? And there was a considerable amount of wait between each movie up until the end, where they were just releasing that thing back to back to back to back to back. So I felt like it was more of an event to see these things in even in loose context to each other. But now I feel like it's sort of I don't know. I mean, if nothing else, I go back to my original comment, which is I've kind of had my fill.
Sure. A reasonable opinion. I could see there being fatigue set in. Bootlegging says I'll take as much Marvel as they'll give me. I mean, sure. I don't feel dissimilar, because for the most part I am on board.
By the way, I don't begrudge people if they're
no.
Hey, they can't, they want more and whatever it is that they're into. You can be into it, man.
Sure. Yeah, no, I think there are a lot of people who don't like what's going on now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's fair. That's a take. And there's enough valid missteps thus far where it's a very valid opinion. Okay, I'm gonna go watch the first hour of the Batman. Glad I'll be home to watch it. No, I can handle 3 hours in a theater anymore. You can't. As long as I make sure I pee beforehand, I could definitely do 3 hours.
You ever had to leave in the middle of the movie to go to the bathroom at all?
No. Listen, I'll generally buy a bucket of soda, a small
How do you do it?
small truck of soda, and if I'm not careful, because sometimes I'll be so into it, I won't mind my fluids, and I'll just start chugging the damn thing, and next thing I know,
you pee your pants.
That's right. No,
but you don't leave your seat.
Next thing I know, I gotta put the diaper on. Hey, Ducky. My bladder can't handle it. Is more like it. Yeah. No, like I said, I'll pee beforehand. make sure, and then the drink that I have, I need to actively, remind myself to pace myself, because listen, man, getting up to pee.
You have a drinking strategy, is what you have.
I do. I literally have a drinking strategy in place. Don't want to miss any of the action. They do make for those of you who are curious, they do make apps. I believe there's an app, and I think it's called like when to pee, something like that.
What?
Yeah, it's like when should I pee?
That's called urges, man. You should just know. Oh, you mean for a movie?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like people just don't know when to pee. Straight up forgetters.
When should I go to the bathroom? Yeah, no.
That's ridiculous. This
Yeah.
app will remind me.
Yeah, people are like, okay, at this minute mark, you'll see the character do something, and then nothing happens for the next. This is a good time to go to the bathroom. So yeah, bootleg, and there are ways around it, buddy. You just gotta, like anything else in life, man. You gotta put in the work. You gotta put in the piss work, baby. Eric, how is your lady liking Elden Ring?
She really likes it. It's the first video game that I've actually been in her presence where she is getting her ass handed to her. And she has not lost her cool. It's so weird to not...
I didn't lose my cool either.
Yeah, it was weird to not hear my wife just blurt out, like awful, awful words.
Yeah, no, dude. Something about the Elden Ring bosses. And by the way, they are notoriously fucking difficult. They're really hard.
Yeah. But it's the way that she said it. She was just like, oh, well, oh, dang, I died. That kind of level of cool. And now I know she's a murderer.
Yeah, no. I played video games, and I've definitely been a person who would I've definitely thrown the controller before. I've definitely punched the wall or punched the table or kicked. I've definitely lost my temper while playing video games, but not once did that happen during Elden Ring. Even when there was one boss that took me 2.5 hours, maybe 3 almost, collectively to beat. Because I want to beat it on my own without having to summon in any help from friends. And man, I was frustrated. I was very frustrated, but I was determined. And at no point did me losing to this boss feel like I was cheated. I don't. Maybe it's because going in, it's super difficult. I don't know exactly what it is. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is in this game in particular that makes it different from other games, but I don't know, man. Maybe it's the precedent that the game sets, but I will say this: when you do finally beat that boss, you feel like $1 million. I can't speak for anyone else, but whenever I beat a particularly difficult boss that was giving me a hard time, I always felt great. Rumor is Sony.
The right level.
What's up?
Then for you, the right level of reward, the experience.
Yeah, I would say I feel like From Software has found a way to give the players the perfect level of achievement, the feeling of achievement in this game. Statistically, most of the people who played Bloodborne never get past the first boss. Rumor is Sony's looking to buy From Software. Yeah, now that I've beaten Elden Ring, I'm excited for DLC, but like I said earlier, the game is uninstalled from my computer as to not provide a distraction. Are you okay, Nicole?
Yeah, sorry.
What's the matter?
Did you fall?
What?
She fell in love.
Yup.
That was the sign of a person who fell in love.
With this pineapple.
Did you say I fell in love with this pineapple?
I'm eating pineapple right now.
I was complimenting Nikki's new face shape the other day.
What happened to what? Did she reshape her face?
Her face is completely reshaped because
He said my face looked like Thomas the Train last time.
Thomas the Tank Engine. How dare you? But yes,
Look at Eric, bro. Because it was so circular, and I had my cheeks that popped up.
she had very round cheeks. No, I never said that Nikki was like unattractive or unappealing. I just thought Nikki had everybody's got listen. My face is kind of shaped like a pineapple. It's kind of like
You're
rectangular.
fine, bro. I had a big ass head, and now it's.
Now you got facial definition. Now you got a pointy chin. I had no idea.
Neither did I. Who knew?
Yeah,
Pretty
Nikki
cool,
now
though.
has a heart-shaped face, whereas before it was completely
I
circular.
got like a 5 head though. I gotta work on that. Should I get bangs?
What are you gonna get? Hair plugs?
Like,
Listen,
know how
I've
to do
embraced
this.
my 5 head. I mean, you can't see it now because it's beanie, but when the summer is here.
bangs don't last that long. I wanted to cut my hair the other day, and then I realized I really like my hair getting long.
Yoji, you playing Elden Ring?
You beat it already, right, Mike? You said.
I beat it, yeah. John and Moore.
You prolonged that experience for as long as you could, though, right? If I understood it correctly.
Yes, John was teasing me about that. I do this thing where I like to
edge yourself video game.
Delayed gratification is my jam. So like saving the dessert till after dinner, or like, saving the final boss in the video game after you're like 150 hours into the game and you could beat the boss. Yeah, that's my jam. But yes, I did delay it because you know what it was. I didn't want to leave the world because I knew once I beat it, I was gonna be done. I knew I wasn't going back. You could do New Game Plus, which means you go again. Your character kind of resets for the most part. You keep your attributes, you keep your weapons, but everything else in the game resets as if you're playing it for the first time. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to commit another.
No change. You're done.
Yeah. And if they release some awesome DLC, I'll re-download it and check it out. But that's going to be months, most likely 6 months or more away. So until then, I'll see you around Elden Ring.
It's like a early spring fling for you.
Yeah, that's me. I took Elden Ring to the spring formal, and now I'm done with her. I kicked her out of the car on the way home. I said, take a hike, toots.
Nobody ever say take a hike, toots anymore. What are you, a mobster from the 30s?
I don't think I've ever referred to a woman as toots in real life. Like that wasn't like I wasn't making a stupid joke. I've definitely referred to women as broads before.
In real life.
In real life.
Me too.
So have I.
So is Shrek.
The cartoon. I'm glad that you brought the cartoon into this conversation.
Yeah,
I just saw it like Sunday. He's like, oh no, dead broad off the table.
Right. He said this to the little midgets that bring Snow White in.
How?
Yeah. Nikki.
You started broadcasting late today, Michael. Everything all right?
Yeah. You know what I've been well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, this is embarrassing, but today's the last day to file taxes and I hadn't done it.
Oh shit.
I know.
Dude, it takes like
Whoa,
30
you
minutes.
brought Eric out of slumber, dude.
Well, no.
Wow.
Well, here's the deal. what I had to do is I had to go through my PayPal and bank account and make an itemized list, and then like one purchase at a time, figure out what I used for stream, what I didn't use for stream. So like I've been putting that off forever. And my lady was like, "Hey, dickhead, today's a lot." She's much nicer than that, but the sentiment holds. "Hey, dickhead, now you've been telling me you're gonna do it today," and like, "Nah, not later today, not after now." So I was like, "Okay,
Do it now."
no,
I
she
got
wasn't that
that
aggressive.
done in January, dude.
She wasn't that aggressive, but like, yeah, no, going through like my PayPal, going through my bank stuff, going
Good
through
for the
Amazon. I bought some stuff on eBay. Like, I'm sure I missed a bunch of things, and like going through, my Excel spreadsheet was like almost 1,000 lines long of transactions that I had to go through. It was just a fucking nightmare, which is why I've been putting it off. But it's done. Right.
Are you classified as a freelancer or?
Yes.
You should be doing it every 3 months then.
I should do that way. I should do the quarterly.
That he already is. Bonehome, come on, man. Be cool. The fact that he got done today is something we should celebrate. You coming in here with 3 months.
No, Bono's
What the
right.
hell?
Freelancers get...
Listen,
But you know what?
I'm not saying I'm saying he's absolutely right and you're a fuck up. But
Oh,
like,
no, but-
we're gonna...
I'll be honest with you, man.
You did okay. You know
I'm
what I
too
mean?
lazy for that, because then I've got to reach out to Twitch and be like, "Hey, I need quarterly instead of like the end of year W2." I'm like, "Oh, I need the quarterly W2." I'm just too fucking, as you can tell, I'm just too fucking lazy, man. Too lazy.
I mean, listen,
I don't even know you
nothing
keep-
to take.
Yeah.
My point is,
Are you
let's not
drinking
take
coffee?
anything away from you. Let's not take anything away from you. Bono's like, you should be doing it every 3 months. I'm like, come on, bro, be cool.
I'm speaking from the heart.
Sure. You can't, now that
It's
you're on
dark
camera,
and
you
small.
can't say that sincerely and get away with it. It's not.
It's true. Here for your failures, Mike.
It ramps up progressively. New game +7 on Bloodborne is brutal, and the DLC bosses are even more of a pain. Yeah, no. Somebody said in I think it was the Reddit, in the Elden Ring Reddit, somebody was like, somebody said Elden Ring is much easier than the Soulsborne games, and this one person was like, new game +7. That's when the enemies become real Souls. But it's like, who the fuck has the energy to beat the game fucking 7 times to
Some
get to new game +7?
Some people do their taxes on time, but
I'd rather do taxes late and not get to new game +7 either.
and play. That's it. Fair point. Fair point.
Have him file and do it early and then maybe quarterly. How about we'll do on time? Well, I guess I did it on time this year, but barely.
Why you guys just leave him alone? Bravo, man.
You did it, Mike. You did it.
I did the bare minimum.
I'm pretty sure there's people scrambling right now.
Yeah, no.
My God.
No, I definitely have known people who they don't even bother. Like, what they do is they file the extension. Like, it's like, oh, you know what? Shit, we forgot to do that. Let's just file an extension just to put it off even more. I've never had to do that, so I'm not as bad, but still not great.
Hey, listen, don't be judgmental. That's what I'm doing right now.
Judgment-free. Kinete.
So I did my taxes early. I'm gonna go watch a matinee tomorrow.
Is your reward for yourself? That's kind of weird.
What's the matinee? Are you gonna see everything all the time or whatever? You gonna see that one?
Yeah.
I want to see that too, man. I've heard nothing but good things. And Michelle Yeoh, she's still got it.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to the premiere and I overslept.
Sounds about right.
Was that a date?
Yep.
Hot date?
No, someone had a spare ticket to a premiere here, And they're like, "Hey, do you want to go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, want to see that." And then I took a nap. Um, it was weird because the day before I had a meeting that lasted way too long, and since they're on the West Coast, that means I had to end up sleep like around 3:30 in the morning. So I missed the matinee. Whoops.
Jeez Louise, Bonham.
Like, hey, where you at? Get a text message. I'm like, oh man, I'm in bed. I'm sorry.
Did you send him a photo of your pajamas to prove that you're in bed?
No.
He doesn't wear pajamas.
Yep.
He wears footy pajamas, but the dick is cut out.
Why is that funny? Why did I do that? Clean shit in. I guffawed at that. The idea of it.
It's absurd.
Ludicrous.
It's just
Yeah.
completely nonsensical.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, he stole the idea from
Not
Lenny
because,
Kravitz.
not because it's untrue.
Yeah, no, not at all. To platinum Bloodborne, it requires you to
Grown-ass
play it.
man wearing footy pajamas.
Yoji says to platinum Bloodborne, it requires you to play it 3 times for 3 different endings. I was done after the first run. Yeah, no, Yoji, Elden Ring is similar. It's very similar. You have to, I think there are 6 different endings in total, but in order to get the 100% trophy, you have to beat it 4 different times. And I just, as much as I love that game, I had 0 interest in doing that. It's
Yeah,
so
I
much.
can't wait to play it.
It's so much of a time sink.
But you knew that going in, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I was to a point, right? I'm willing to accept something of a time sink, but everything's got to have a threshold, right? You know.
One playthrough was it for you? Is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
about 100, 120 hours. That's a lot of time. That's more than enough. It's an excessive amount because I really leaned into it, but I think anything more than that is just it's overkill for me. Everybody's different.
I mean, you enjoyed yourself at least, you know?
I did.
Are you playing this game, Elden Ring, Eric?
No, man, I have better things to do with my time.
Yeah,
No judging.
Mm-hmm.
I have it. Haven't installed it yet. I'm waiting for the day.
I was just talking to Mike about this, like, what, a couple weeks ago, where I've been looking at that Assassin's Creed Black Flag game. Like, that's a treat I'm going to let myself play one of these days when I have a break. And how old is that game already? 5 years old?
Like, yeah, it's like 5. I think it was just on sale.
Yeah.
I saw it.
That's what I've been telling myself for 5 years now. I'm going to play that game
someday.
One day. Because you're forced to play your own game every day.
It's called fatherhood, dude.
Fatherhood, the video
It's
game.
called fatherhood. That's the video game I'm forced to play.
Nikki, when's Joe getting you pregnant?
Oh Lord.
Oh.
Yeah, when's he gonna
Well-
bust his nuts
We
inside?
don't have to drive the bus down this street, Mike.
Okay.
You don't have to veer off into this fucking little side street of a conversation.
Let me grab the hill.
Yeah.
Let me take us down this hill.
Yeah.
Hey, Rummy's here. Rummy, tell me.
Rum.
I haven't seen Roman forever. They're doing okay?
Somebody told me she had sick with something. Hepatitis? Malaria.
Yep.
Nikki, what was she sick
Always
with?
jump to that one.
What?
Nikki, what disease did Rum have? Mono?
I don't know.
Hep C, Nikki?
You say Pepsi? What did you say?
Pepsi.
Pepsi. She's got Coke
I heard
Zero.
Pepsi too. Ha,
Yeah.
Coke Zero. I mean, you can ask her.
Yeah, let's just keep having this conversation as if she's not in the room.
Now, Rum's lover has gone bye-bye. He's away.
Oh, Jesus, that was a bad way to say that.
That's right. No, he's
The
not
way you
deceased.
said it sounds like he died.
No, he's alive.
Why do you?
He's just
like
not
a
there.
weirdo?
The way you worded that, yeah. I was
Why do
like,
I not
what?
speak normal?
Why did he not use the right words?
Did she get what she needed before he left?
That's debatable. Nikki, she reports to you almost every day.
Yeah. Did
How
Joe
dare you.
did Joe give her a jar of his cum before he left?
Yeah.
That's what we're asking, right? Rum?
What?
Amazing.
Joe cum jar. Nikki, yes,
Yeah.
no?
So she can sell facial.
Who's Joe?
I'm sorry. Now, oh wait, what's her lover's name?
I was
Joe
like,
works for now.
What's her lover's name? Is it Rusty?
Oh, come on.
no, it's not Rusty.
Roger. Nikki.
No, you fucked up. You forgot and fucked up. I'm not telling you.
Anthony.
Anthony.
Tony.
It's even better when you don't know and you're guessing and I know it, so it's like
Frankie.
Put this man out of his misery and just say it.
Yeah, his name is Leslie.
well, I mean, Rum, have you told him? Well, I don't want to say his name if
His name is
Rum,
Cecil.
Oh, yeah,
you know.
true.
I'm not Michael. I'll just spit out information.
Well, I'm gonna listen. I got news for you. Rum's gonna tell me, and I'm not gonna remember.
Then that's yeah,
He's gonna
probably.
forget.
But
He's
Rum
just
needs to
gonna
tell
forget.
you.
So I'm just gonna call him Joe too, just to make things easier.
Joe the second.
Other Joe. Joe Cum. That's his name.
Minor Joe. No, don't call him that ever.
What was the name of that camel that smoked cigarettes? Joe Cool, right?
Yep, a little different, Mike.
Rum, does your boyfriend smoke menthols?
Husband. She's actually married.
Are you here right now, or do you remember this? Are any of these people registering to you at all?
I usually just refer to him as Hubs because sometimes I forget his name too. Okay. Rum, are you feeling better? I had general tummy issues, GERD, GERD, and all that. Is GERD the one where you shit your pants if you can't get to a bathroom in time?
I wonder how often Eric does what he does when he's off camera. Because he's like straight in another void, and then something you say, and he goes, "Bloop," and like looks back at the screen to be like, Jesus,
This is happening.
you know, pull me right back out. Back out.
Rum says no.
Good baby. Hi. There's no more there. Sorry. Ooh, I gotta
GERD is
get
like
my job turned.
advanced acid reflux. Oh, you know, I was thinking of IBS.
When the shits your pants, you know what?
Yeah. I knew a white girl with IBS, and I'm pretty sure she almost shit her pants in a Starbucks once.
Hey, Mike or Eric, you're talking about doo-doo again.
Wow, Nikki's excited.
Always.
Nikki's arrested.
No, I'm not. How dare you?
Should know better than to play into his. He just played that right to his hands. Oh, why you leave?
Damn, hold on. I'll be back, boo.
Rum, get on voice chat.
I mean, she's too busy shitting her pants right now, Michael.
She's wiping right now, so it's gonna be another 5.
No.
Not me in the shower and typing. Hey, Nikki's back. Nikki, are those acrylics or your real nails?
I'm muted. They're my real nails. You see them? Oh, look at my dogs.
They look good. Hey.
What are you doing?
What's that one's name? Smiley? Smiley the dog?
Dallas. We should have called him Loki, but he's an asshole. He's
Monkey?
always getting into shit. Loki! Come here, Bubs. Up, up, up. Come on. Say hi. Oh, you're dirty. Yep, I'm gonna call it. Yeah, I gotta get them groomed. It's because they smell my pineapple. Go on, go to bed.
That's a weird name to call that.
What?
Nothing.
That's what she calls her sex toy.
Mhm.
Pineapple? I just ate a whole bag. Go upstairs.
Oh, I get it. Because so she could taste better.
Nope. Does Eric?
Bonham knows. Bonham knows what's up. The door of his fridge, all pineapple.
Oh, gross.
Cool.
Man, you chose to be here, man. I don't got no sympathy for you.
Very accurate.
Oh, you know, good news. I got unshadow banned. The 2-month hiatus was worthwhile in my humble opinion. I got unshadow banned from the TikTok. The TikTok gods have unshadow banned me.
Okay, so your numbers are back up again.
Yes. Numbers are back up.
Learned your lesson? Are you gonna stop posting nudes or OnlyFans content?
You know what? I'm gonna be a good illustration monkey. I'm not gonna keep the titties and what have you down to a minimum. I'm gonna play.
So you're not gonna keep it down to a minimum?
I am.
That's what got you.
I'm gonna behave myself. I'm going to appease the social media gods and play their game because, well, this is just how it is now.
It didn't feel good being on the outside looking in, right?
Nah, man. You know when you even if you're putting in, like me, the bare minimum of effort into your content, you're still putting in effort. And to have that not even rewarded in the slightest, but punished, it doesn't feel good. It feels the opposite of good. It feel bad. So yes. Rather than have that happen again, I will play ball. Because you know what? There's the unfortunate reality is that there is no alternatives. So if the social media platforms deem you ill-fitted, and unfortunately that term could be very vague, intentionally vague, you get the boot. And you get the boot. There is no viable Instagram alternative. There is no viable YouTube alternative or Twitter alternative. You're just you're just shit out of luck. If they don't like what you're doing, or you get punished.
Now, they didn't officially kick you off. They didn't ban you. Right.
No. But you know what?
We're going to slow everything down going to this guy's.
I mean, it ends up amounting to being essentially a soft ban.
That's a little timing.
Because you can post. Nobody's stopping you from posting, but just about nobody's going to see what you post.
Right.
So yeah, it's a bummer. But like I said, sometimes you have to meet reality on reality's terms, not the way you wish things were. Eric, what are you drawing right now?
that higher tier commission from campaign 1, book 1.
Awesome.
It feels really good to be drawing traditionally again.
Yeah, here you're working that eraser.
It's the colored pencil, actually. Excuse me if it's bothersome.
No. I like the noise. I like the noise it makes. It's I actually started doodling. I actually started doodling in the car. So here, I sketched this guy. Let's see if I can find here. Just a quick. I'll give you guys a quick peek into my my little sketchbook here. Here's a quick little doodle of a gal I saw waiting in line for coffee. Here's just one silly little cartoon doodle off the top of the head. Here's another gentleman waiting for coffee. Here's a gal I saw looking confused, forlorn at her coffee that I sketched. This is all on the same day. Sketched this onion knight in the car.
What's an onion knight?
Just an onion that's also a knight. Here's a little elf gal.
It's like the guy from Adventure Time or something, right? He looks like it.
Oh, lemon grab.
Yeah, your onion knight.
Yeah, here's just a large-breasted girl listening to music, and that's it. But I've been doodling. I've been doodling traditional more. Even just having that stuff with big pens, because I didn't realize I had missed it, but I had.
Yeah, you've been away for a little bit. It feels good to come back.
Yeah.
I feel like I've forgotten all this stuff, but it feels good to relearn it again.
You know what? That's funny. I wonder what I may have forgotten, because it's been so long. But you know, what do? You pick it up.
You don't forget everything. It's
right. Hey, what's Bonhomme doing?
I am looking at the different markets. NFTs.
Oh, right. How's your NFT projects going?
Pretty close to a soft launch. But this one I'm doing on my own. I launched like my first NFT a couple weeks ago, and now I am just trying to get more traction to my Twitter.
Twitter
and grow that.
Is really where it's all at.
Yeah, Twitter and Discord.
The two go hand in hand. I remember talking to John Lay about that.
Yep.
Speaking of Twitter, have you heard you heard about all the Elon Musk stuff going on with Twitter?
Yeah, it made me laugh.
I'm not familiar with the news.
Elon Musk tried to buy Twitter.
Yeah.
He tried to what?
Buy Twitter.
Buy Twitter, yeah.
Oh.
He made an offer for all of it, and they instead started employing a tactic that's called a poison pill, where they started redistributing shares into the market more than what he had originally offered the shares for. So if he had conceptually, if there was 100 shares of Twitter available, he said, okay, I'll give you $100 per share for those 100 shares, and Twitter didn't want that to happen, so they said, oh, actually we have more than that. We have more shares than that. So they turned that 100 shares into 5,000 shares, making it impossible for him to buy each and every single one of them for the market value that he originally offered it for. Now, the ironic thing is he bought it for way over what it was worth, right? And one of the Twitter stockholders is either Bank of America, who did a what do you say, like a market analysis of what those shares are worth, and they're somewhere in the $30. So he was paying $14 over what the
More.
market value
Yes.
per share, and the dummy still didn't sell it to him for whatever reason.
Interesting.
It's a company full of loons.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's absolutely insane. I know. When I heard that they did the poison pill thing instead of actually just letting him buy the shares, I was shocked because it doesn't seem like they're acting within the best interest of the shareholders.
Correct.
Which, by the way, is illegal. For those of you who don't know, the board has a fiduciary responsibility to its shareholders. So some people have speculated that the shareholders might actually be able to sue the board, which would be interesting.
That would be fun. Because in my opinion, these idiots know what's coming to them.
Agreed. Banzi said he could still buy through proxy. Well, that's the thing, right? They think he might be able to speak to the other shareholders who have got major stakes in Twitter. There's a bunch of different things Elon can do. Because the hostile takeover, the poison pill, and this is, by the way, something I know nothing about. This is like, corporate takeovers. I don't know anything about this, but from what I've read, it seems like during a bear hug, which is the brand of hostile takeover, which Elon has attempted, the poison pill method is it's a wall, but there is no such thing as a full deterrent.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations, dummies.
Yeah, right? Yeah, congratulations, you lost billions of dollars.
That's the thing. I think this is more than financial. Clearly, this is ideological for these idiots to maintain, the quote-unquote, public square in which they hold pretty much a ton of influence and power over, right?
Sure.
What they don't understand is, and should he ever choose to, okay, he can just make his own. And his would actually stick.
I think his platform, if he were to do that, would have the best chance of the lot of them.
Yes. Yes.
I am very curious to see where this all goes, though. I mean...
Are you really?
I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, no. This is wild to see. I don't think we have yet to see. Can you think of a major social media platform being caught up in a hostile takeover by a singular individual? Right? It's not like YouTube or
most entertaining.
Yeah. They mostly just get bought or absorbed by a larger corporation, mega corporation, these companies. Facebook buys Instagram, Facebook buys WhatsApp, whatever it might be. Google buys YouTube, yada, yada, yada. Twitter buys Vine, I think. Is that how that went? Something like that. But no, man, one person just saying, oh, I think I want to buy this. I think I'm going to buy this and privatize this social media for myself. Me, the richest man in the world.
What's interesting is that, actually, the most entertaining part for me, for all the people online who lost their minds at the idea of it.
That's the best part.
I love that part.
The people that absolutely hate Elon Musk. Just hate him.
Yes, because they can't do anything against him. Majority of them, the majority of the vitriol against that guy is because he's in a space where he can buy he can buy Twitter, right? And therefore he's not at the whims of whatever's popular, you know? They can't use their same sort of influence against him.
Yeah, no, listen, there's nothing you can do to that man. I mean, he could be, you know, he get in trouble if he, you know, if he breaks the law or screws up financially, but barring that,
The thing is, all of these guys who have any sort of judgments against him, right? Like any sort of like, oh, he's such a fucking jerk. He's such a, you know, whatever, right? I always think, look at your life and look at his. The motherfucker is inventing rockets that send people into space. Still a private company in regards to that, and now has found a way to land the booster rockets back on Earth without having to go claim them out in the middle of the ocean somewhere. Whatever it is that whatever it is that you're doing, you're not doing that. So just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
However important you may think you are on that stupid social media platform, you're not doing that.
I mean, I said this before. I'm not a fan of just blindly simping for billionaires in general. I don't make it a rule, but just hating a person for no reason. That's shitty. I mean, it's just a waste, is what it is. It's an absolute waste. You're like tweeting in hatred about Elon Musk that goes nowhere, that stops nothing, contributes to nothing. It's just an absolute epic waste.
But Twitter, though, you know, it's just Twitter.
I mean, the only thing it accomplishes is makes you look jealous and pathetic.
Now, there's some people on that. I've heard people say, in regards to the people who use that platform, who go through the routine that you're talking about right now, seemingly endless amounts of time to go and, you know, write vitriol about somebody. Oh man, where did they find the time? I'm like, what are you talking about? They love that shit.
They make the time. You know, that is it's a toxic mindset, man. Okay, it's 12:17. I'm going to take a breather. I'm gonna head off.
I'm gonna excuse myself.
Nikki, thank you for hanging out. Scully, thank you for hanging out. I'll be back on tomorrow to party with y'all.
Party.
Chat, thank you for being here. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for being here, Eric. You're the best. Both Erics.
Ew.
Bye, everybody. See you around. Ew. How dare you. Bye, everybody.
Not you.